raid already? Hello, welcome in. I'm not even ready yet. But welcome in, Monkey Dogs. Thank you for the raid. Let me give you a quick shout out. Hang on. Monkey Dogs. I'm not even ready. You caught me with my pants down, basically. You haven't really. Wow, welcome in, Raiders. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Jadsu. I'm a variety streamer. I do a lot of story-based games, psychological horrors, and I also occasionally draw. I'm going to switch over to the stream screen. We're going to start early. What do you mean, whoa? What do you mean, whoa? I was just being honest. That's all. But welcome in. I hope you had a fun stream. Also, stream Raiders, if you need to go rest, please make sure you do so. If you haven't hydrated for a while, please grab a hold of your cup and take a nice big sip. And if you haven't moved for a while, lift your arms up into the air and do a nice big stretch. Left your pants in my... I did, just like Mayor Lewis. Hang on. There we go. Much better, I think. I don't know. I try to not adjust my mic whilst I'm talking because I know how disruptive the sounds of the mic and the mic stand is. But yes, welcome in. Hello. It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday. Oh my God. I've literally been streaming every day of the week now. Just to make up for things. And I couldn't just leave this game on a cliffhanger because we had to find out how this whole entire thing's going to end. We ruined our relationship with Bellini though, which I'm really sad about. Come on, music, play. Stop being such a poopy butthole. Come on, behave now. But yeah, so we've kind of ruined our relationship with Bellini, and I kind of want to try and resolve that because we do have 3 days left. So technically, we could salvage it. However, I don't know. We do have a very good relationship with Agnes and also Joseph. So I'm going to still keep our relationship up with them. Just so that you heard Starchy. I made one little tiny reference, Sandwichy. One tiny reference. But welcome in. I hope you're having a lovely, wonderful Wednesday so far. Also, because of the early rate, I forgot to do all of my beginning stream stuff. Welcome to another episode of Awkward Moments with Jadsu. And thank you, Barry, for the first tier redeem. Thank you, Emily, for the second tier redeem. And thank you, Twirly, for the third tier redeem. Did you redeem third, actually, Twirly? Or did I just thank you for no reason? I thanked you for no reason. I'm going to pretend you redeemed third. It's fine. I'm going to pretend it happened. Now she's redeemed it just to make up for my blunder. Okay, thank you for the hydrate, Sandwichy. I'll give you that. My tea's really hot. Oh my God, that's really hot. Okay, and a big stretch. We haven't even started and already we're hydrating and stretching. Ooh, there we go. And also thank you for redeeming the snacks. I will need to find some time, honestly. I keep saying it, that I'll find time and I'll do the thingies for it. I just need to actually sit down and find time for it. Also thank you, Emily, for the lurk. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy your lurk. I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. This is not the usual stream. Have you not seen the fart pic? Is this the first time you've seen it, Twirly? It is a brand new thing when you redeem a fart. I hope you enjoy. There was a cooldown initially, but Sandwichy bullied me into taking it off, so it is off. You can redeem it as often as you'd like. There's also something else new as well when you redeem Simon Says, but Berry will murder you if you redeem it because she's like, I hate it. Bless her. But yes, we're going to continue with Delectatio Morosa. It is a romance game that we started yesterday, and then I got halfway and I got very tired towards the end of the night, and I was like, no, I have to stop because I'm making really bad decisions whilst I'm extremely tired, and it's just not worth ruining any more relationships. Come on, music, you need to behave now. Right, so let's get us started. Let's continue. So yeah, I kind of left it halfway. We still have 2 more people that we can talk to. We already spoke to Agnes, so we've got like a really solidly good relationship with her. right now. And the person who we want to rebuild our relationship with is Bellini. I will also do Tremblay as well, but we are, I mean, look at our face. We're blushing. Look at us. And I'll probably need to do another playthrough as well, because I want to see how the relationship pans out for the other characters. I mean, Adeyemi's probably my least favorite. He's such a... it's just our first interaction with him wasn't great. It was, I mean, he was very jealous, and he's, because of how jealous his character is, it's very off-putting. Just like, no, I can't deal with you. So we're just not going to deal with you at all. But yes, let's go see Bellini. I also have classical music on, the romantic type, just to add to our romance. It is a brisk afternoon, the full air crisp and the sky an overcast grey. Lawrence is on his way to the Vatican Gardens when he is stopped by a stressed-looking Cardinal Bellini, who is carrying a heavy briefcase overstuffed with paperwork. Oh, good. I was just going to come looking for you. Oh? I'm on my way to a meeting with Pope Innocent, and I would greatly appreciate your support. How could I deny you? I'm busy. You need my help for a meeting. Let's be a little bit flirty, because I want to rebuild the relationship here. I ruined it, and I'm really sad because I love the banter that these two have. They were so adorable and so cute, and we had a moment as well. Oh my god. Can I show you the moment? Let me save this really quickly. So I can show you the moment. Yes. No, don't overwrite it. Yes. Return to main menu. Hang on. I can show you. So in the turtle pond, it shows us like gallery stuff. Only redeem Simon Says with Berry here. Is that Jatsu said? No. So we had a moment. So this isn't the moment we had. So this is a moment that we had with Bellini 5 years ago, which I absolutely adore, because we remembered it when we were in the library, because they were like, oh, we were here 5 years ago and this is what happened. And then I went and ruined it all. And I was like, no, why did I ruin it? And I really regret it. But look at these two. They're so adorably cute. So yes, I'm hoping I can salvage that relationship. And here's Agnes, Lawrence and Agnes. I think they're quite cute as well. And I was talking to Coconut, and I said, like, I haven't ruined the relationship with Agnes. So I know how to talk to women, but I just don't know how to talk to men. Which is not ideal. But yeah, so we're gonna try and rebuild our relationship with this man. I do enjoy their interactions with each other. It's just so cute. I'm on my way to meeting. Oh, we already said that. How could I ever deny you? Of course, Aldo. I'm at your disposal. Excellent. Thank you, Thomas. I'm planning on going over the diplomats and officially setting their itineraries with the Pope. How would you like me to help? Bellini looks at him, and Lawrence can feel the anxiety reeling off of him in waves. Just make sure I don't say something foolish. Lawrence feels a part of him. Lawrence feels a part of him ache at the mere thought of Bellini being so nervous for anything, much less a standard meeting with Pope Innocent. You feel bullied? I mean, Barry, you are a mod of this channel, and mods do get bullied along with streamer, so it's fine. It's fine. How many guests do we expect to arrive on Sunday? Approximately 46. That's quite a few people. Assuming everyone shows up, which they never do, and assuming everyone stays the whole 3 days, which they never do either. Not as bad as Easter then. Bellini shakes unconsciously at the memory. Several cardinals, bishops, politicians, and world leaders had all decided that, with the slight decline of the late Holy Father, Easter was the time to pay a visit to the Vatican to see him one last time, just in case. Painfully not a mod here. Also, hello everyone. Why, Shumi? Are you worried that you'd be bullied? Is that why? You're glad? But hello, welcome in. I hope you're having a lovely and wonderful Wednesday so far. I will use it sparingly and only to blackmail Jatsu. Hey, you're not supposed to use it against me. You're supposed to be with me. Let's bully the mods instead. I mean, Twirly's a mod. You can bully Twirly. It's just time to pay a visit to the Vatican to see him one last time, just in case. During the weeks of Easter festivities, they had hosted almost 200 people of varying levels of fame or import. Wow, 200 people? It had been exhausting. I'm curious now what it does. Don't Twirly. You put Twirly in her stream. I mean, fair enough. I mean, I tried to bully Twirly in her stream. And thank the Lord for that. Amen. You can handle 200 diplomats on Easter, but fear 46 on All Saints Day. We can be cheeky. I think being cheeky works because it's a sort of banter that Aldo actually quite enjoys. Outside of that, you need to be nice. Oh, I see how it is. The reason I haven't been streaming lately. What? Because your fear of Sandwichy being mean to you? It's all right, Twirly. You can put him in his place. You can handle 200 diplomats on Easter, but fear 46 on All Saints Day. It's not the size that's the issue. It's the Pope they'll be meeting. The late Holy Father and I understood one another perfectly. We had a system for these kinds of things. But I don't know Pope Innocent's temperament. I don't know his limits. I don't know how he feels about small talk or big talk or political affiliation. The late Holy Father clearly intended for him to be Pope, and I trust his judgment implicitly. So, I need to do this well. You put a lot of thought into this. Of course I have. The Pope sets the tone for the papacy, and we must all strive to match that. Oh, wait. Oh, we really don't? What? Do we match it? Oh, wait, what's going on? When is this game? My hay fever was too bad Tuesday to watch anything we want to. So this game is a dating sim. We play as Cardinal Lawrence, Thomas Lawrence, and he has I don't want to use the words relations because relations can be taken the wrong way. So he has like pretty good relationships with other popes and nuns and other cardinals in the conclave, and we're trying to build our relationship to further help with All Saints Day, basically. That is true, Stinky Man. Twirly also has to air out her stream because I like to fart in there too. You do fart in there a lot, Sandwichy. Yes, this is a Pope dating sim, basically. It is a Pope dating sim. So my friend actually told me about it and she was like, hey, Jatsu, check this out. So I did. And it is absolutely stunningly beautiful of a game. And it's for free as well. And I've linked it in the spa. So if you want to give it a try yourselves, the link is in the spa. So go give it a check out. It is worth it. Like I said, you've seen the artwork here. It is absolutely beautiful. The style of the art is stunning. I really love like the shape language of all the different characters, and you can tell they're different characters as well because of the different shape languages they've used. And there's another thing that I enjoy about the game is that it's not about young people, it's about older people. And one thing that you guys probably don't know is that I actually enjoy like media content, like especially like TV dramas that are about older people, especially when they've lived a life that's a certain way because of like social constructs or because of social norms, and then as they've gotten older they've decided to break out of that social norm or social construct to then rediscover themselves. And I really enjoy content like that. Old people are gross. Am I gross to you, Sandwichy? Is that what you mean? I'm gross? That's so mean. I'm not gross. Is it because you feel like an older person? I don't know if it is because I feel like an older person, or it's just something that's really heartwarming to watch, or really heartwarming to. Because right, so I always stand by the comment of it's never too old to do the things that you enjoy, and I still stand by that. And seeing content like that really helps. What's the word? Not solidify, but helps. Oh my god, we don't see it. What do you mean? Why are we talking about my pants now? But yeah, it validates, that's the word I'm looking for. Oh my god, I'm struggling already. It really validates my own views of it's never too late to do the things you want to do. And I know it's like TV series which is fictional, but it's very well, it's very heartwarming and in a sort of sense semi-cathartic to like just watch. Why are we talking about my pants? Seriously, guys. Why? Jess has no pants on. We don't see the lower half. So Sandwichy's obsessed with farts, so they're gross. Sandwichy is getting shots fired. Sandwichy, you're catching bullets. I want to be angry, creepy old man. Fart is a natural and beautiful thing. Exactly. Look, when I finish my new PNG, okay, I have pants. Well, I say I have pants. I have a lower half that only reaches up to my thighs. So it's pants enough, all right? Of course I have. The Pope sets the tone. I'm going to do Aldo, I know you're grieving. Aldo, I know you're grieving. But this is not a healthy way to cope with it. Excuse me? You don't need to replicate Vincent Benitez to try and gain the favour of a dead man. Bellini doesn't look at him as they continue walking. He loved you more than anyone else. Can't that be enough? I'm just trying to follow through with his wishes. Maybe I said the wrong thing. Have I ruined it even more? Have I ruined this relationship even more? I thought you wore a dress. Who, me? Wearing a dress? Thank you for the alert, Twirly. I hope, are you brushing out hair? I hope the hair brushing works out well. I also still find farts funny as well. I mean, we all have a childish side to us. And thank you for the lurk, Sandwichy. My dear Aldo, this will be hard for you to hear, but his wishes stopped being relevant the second the fisherman's seal was removed from his ring. Please don't be haunted by a ghost that isn't here. I beg of you. Maybe we were too harsh. Bellini does not say a word the rest of the walk to the administration building. They enter without comment. Oh, look, it's Tedesco. Goffrey. Ah, my friend, so wonderful to see you. What on earth are you doing here, Tedesco? We have the appointment right after yours with Papa Inconsentius. I have much to discuss with him about the relic Decano Lawrence and I have found. Why get here so early? Well, after I heard my meeting was to be scheduled directly after our beloved Aldo's, I simply had to be here to see it happen. I look forward to seeing him fumble his way through his meeting with our new Holy Father. I'm sure you remember that Aldo has occupied the role of Secretary of State for some years prior, unlike yourself, Goffredo even. He's more than capable of holding court with His Holiness. Tedesco raises his eyebrows, humoured. Of course, that's why you're here, Tomasu. Bellini rolls his eyes and continues walking. Lawrence gives Tedesco a small nod before following after him into the Pope's office. Is 2020 wish? I wish for passive income. There you go. Pope Innocent greets them warmly, his face radiant with the light of God. He seems particularly pleased to see them both. Ah, Thomas. I had no idea you would be at this meeting as well. I don't usually attend these sort of meetings, but I thought it best I sit in to help keep things running smoothly for All Saints' Day. That's very thoughtful. Thank you both. Bellini sorts out the paperwork in his bag and drops a heavy-looking packet in front of the Pope Innocent. He hands a second off to Lawrence, who fingers through it gingerly, as though it might bite him. As always, you're very thorough, Aldo. Pope Innocent shoots Lawrence an amused expression, which Lawrence returns. Bellini stares the both of them down. Thank you, Your Holiness. Now, let's start with an introduction of each diplomat. I've included their portraits along with some biographical details I thought it would be prudent to memorize. And this is serious, yes? Not a joke. Bellini gives Lawrence a cautionary glance, silently asking him with his eyes if he is being made a joke of by Innocent. Lawrence returns one of assurance. He is not. Unfortunately not, Your Holiness. Ah, the Lord is not so kind to me. Please continue, Eminence. After the introduction is a bulleted list of things they're likely going to ask you about. From personal experience, this is good to know before talking to any of them, especially if they request a private audience with you. Oh, hey, Faye! How's the studying going? You here to take a break and enjoy the old man Yowie with me? A shocked look passes over Pope Innocent's face, which he quickly tries to hide, badly. You guys just saw each other yesterday. They request a private audience with me. Not all of them. We'll discuss who ends up speaking with you in a little, but you'll have to speak with a few of them one-on-one. Pope Innocent flips through the packet haphazardly. I don't want to talk to the President of the United States. No one does. No one does. Pope Innocent, no one does, don't worry. He's one of the mandatories, I'm afraid. He's Catholic, and we do need to have a photo op as well. The Pope pulls a face. He looks like he's in pain. Lawrence understands and tries to stifle the chuckles under a cough. Wonderful. Oh, I see. You guys were in L Stream, weren't you? That's where you guys were. I mean, I need a reason for smiling. Oh, you okay, Faye? But yes, I will give you lots of smiles. I'm trying to salvage my relationship with Bellini. I am trying to romance him again. I lost a heart. And I was like, no, not a heart. I'm sorry, Your Holiness. If it makes you feel better, he'll largely speak about how annoying American evangelicals are. It does not, but I appreciate your trying, Thomas. I can schedule him first. Would that help? Yes, perhaps it's best to get evil over with quickly. He pauses and gives Bellini a mock apologetic look. No offence, Aldo. None taken, Your Holiness. I've been a citizen of Vatican City for many years and don't feel a particular love for my home country's government either. No, how dare you? I'm fine. I'm just, you know how I'm studying. Yes. I understand. But no, I hope the studying goes well. But yeah, you're now here and you can listen to me rattle off on one about these old men and their romances and how I've ruined it all and how I plan to recapture the heart of Bellini and they can have their moments again in the library all over again. Where their hands touch innocently and their shoulders brush against each other. And their bodies pressed against each other. Oh, God. I have my big screen projected with all my diseases and like I just reached the part with reproductive disease and there's a lot of dicks and vaginas and I'm a little shy. Oh no. But it's for medical purposes, so there's nothing to be shy of. It's for a professional reason. So you're fine. People will understand. It's not like you're just looking it up for the sake of it. You are studying, therefore it is for educational purposes. Like anyone that walks past could be like, whoa, that's a whole thing. Better on your screen than mine, I suppose. Right? Oh, that's the spirit. Bellini gives Lawrence a confused stare. Lawrence just waves him off. At the end of my own personal anecdotes of interactions collected throughout the years about each figure, the late Holy Father appreciated it, and I thought you might as well. Some of these are quite verbose. You have much to say about this Spanish bishop and his Congress member brother. Yes, Your Holiness. I happened to run into their secretary, who was a rather upset with him that day. She spilled quite a lot of their baggage, and I wrote down all I remembered. It may be useful in situations where they might try to pressure you to do or say something on behalf of the church that you'd rather not. Gossip and blackmail in the house of the Lord, Cardinal Bellini. How scandalous. I just demoted someone for that. Oh, look at him blushing. Bellini's hands beat red. Oh, Your Holiness, I... Let himself and play along. Oh no, he's just teasing you. Shall we tease Bellini as well? Will that ruin our relationship with him any further? Or do we help him? I think he'll understand if it's coming from Lawrence, right? If we tease him. Because we've teased him before. I kind of want to let himself and play along a little bit. Let's do it. Bellini sputters, looking incredulously between Lawrence and Pope Innocent's serious faces. Forgive me for overstepping. I should never have involved you in such sacrilegious activities of the Vatican's past. It won't happen again, Your Holiness. Pope Innocent drops the act immediately and places a hand over Bellini's on the table. Oh, Aldo, my deepest apologies. I was only attempting to tease you. I think it's quite proactive and your diligence is very much appreciated. Lawrence lets out a hearty chuckle. Thomas! Forgive me, I only thought it'd be fun to see how you'd react. The look Bellini gives him cuts through his core. Oops, maybe not. No, did I ruin it even more? Did we lose another heart? No! That was unkind, Thomas. Thank you, Your Holiness. You're right. It wasn't very kind. Forgive me. The awkward moments are broken up by a gruff clearing of the throat near the door of Pope Innocent's office. Cardinal Tedesco, vape in hand, unfortunately stands almost gleefully at the group in front of him. Buongiorno, Your Holiness, Eminences. He's enjoying this way. I'm not evil. I wanted this. I was just teasing him. I was trying to be a bit flirty, but it didn't work out. This is why I can't talk to men. This is why I am still single. This is proof. You arrived a bit early, I'm afraid. We're not quite finished for our meeting. But how may we help you anyway, Cardinal Tedesco? Nothing to help. I just wanted to come and see the circus for myself. Bellini rolls his eyes and places a hand on his hip as a warning, anticipating what's to come. Pope Innocent looks between them, observing. Circus, Eminence? Are you a sadist? I am not, okay? I am not. I promise I'm not. I'm nice when I want to be. Which isn't very... I mean, okay, no. It's not that it's not very often that I'm nice. I am nice all the time. Just get out, Zerk. You in your comments. Don't you come in here and be like, oh, Jess is a sadist. Get out. No, don't. Stay. Don't leave me. For God's sakes. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, you know full well what I'm talking about. You did. You tried that time where everyone's bullying me. Oh my God. No, I'm not a sadist. I'm just an innocent bully. Yes, Your Holiness. Circus. The spectacle of another tenure of Bellini as Secretary of State for the Holy See. I best settle in to watch this, the schism that follows. Or schisms. No, defend Bellini's honour. That's enough, Goffredo. If there's something you need, kindly leave us so we may do actual work. And stop smoking indoors. You look like a teenager. It's unbecoming. Tedesco barks out a laugh, gives him a rude wave before stepping out, chuckling audibly to himself as he walks back down the hall. Bellini gives Lawrence a loaded and warm smile from across the room. He feels his chest tightens fondly and returns it. Did we save the relationship? Have we saved it? Have we saved it? Jazzy say this and abandonment issues noted. No. Do I have abandonment issues? I probably do. One of my fears is being left behind. I mean, it's not a fear of being left behind, and I don't so mind if I am left behind because I can just find my own way, but at the same time it's like, oh, I got left behind. No one wants me. Apparently I'll be the only dom. Yes, Barry's the only dom I've subbed for. I certainly would have liked to give him a piece of my mind. Perhaps it's best you did not. With men like him, there's a fine line between self-defense and vicious attacks. As Pope, you must avoid both. He's the face of the conservative majority of the Curia, whether we want him to be or not. That's frustrating. I know, Your Holiness. I am sorry, but I promise I'll guide you through all the political nonsense. Pope Innocent takes his hand and pats it gently. Thank you, Aldo. You're quite welcome. Now, should we return to our studies? The two of you may continue. You have no more use of me, Aldo. I'll take my leave. As Lauren ducks out of the room, Bellini follows after him. In the hallway, both out of view and potentially in view of other members of the Curia, Bellini grabs his wrist sheepishly and make him stop. Oh, to make him stop. What's he going to say? What's he going to say? Lawrence turns to him and takes his hand fully. Is he taking his hand fully? Thank you for today, for helping me and standing up for me. Think nothing of it. Bellini returns to Pope Innocent's office. Lawrence walks away wondering if that is what winning feels like. It feels nice. He's blushing. He's blushing, guys. He's so adorable. He saves it while he can. Okay, I may have saved that one. You must be a special person. Barry is a special person. She holds a very special place in my heart. I shouldn't laugh after I said that, should I? No one will take me seriously. They're holding hands now. How scandalous. I want them to do more than just hold hands, Faye. I was so close and then I ruined it. Dean Lawrence runs a hand over his tired face, staring at the large group of children and nuns on the other side of the entrance gate. He loves helping the local Catholic orphanage, he really does, but during such a busy week, it seems an overwhelming task to do all on one's own. I feel so bullied. I said you had a special place in my heart, Barry. I may have laughed afterwards, but I still said it. I still said it. Good evening, children. Is everyone ready for a tour of the Vatican? Wait, this late at night? He is met with almost ear-shattering cheers of excitement. The head nun, Sister Maria, gives him a sympathetic look. Just as they are about to embark, Lawrence spots Bishop Tremblay only a short distance away, carrying a briefcase and several folders full of paper. No, they can hold in hands. That's feelings. This is the type of like innocent romance that I do enjoy, because it's the whole entire will they, won't they, and then there's a tension building of they're brushing against each other shoulder by shoulder, they're touching each other's hands, they're like sneaking innocent touches and innocent oh my god, what's the word? Innocent interactions. Do you have the same issue as Rin on wanting to date men from elderly homes? No, Shumi, no. No. Don't say that. I do not have the same issue as Rin. Only Rin has that problem. In the high double digits, almost reaching 3. If she was here, she would tell me off so much. She'd be like, you're bullying me in your own stream. I'm not even here. And she'd just be like, how dare you? I can hear it now. Oh my god, I can hear it now. Joe. The man jumps slightly, but manages not to drop a thing. Tremblay walks over to Lawrence. What in God's name do you want, Thomas? You startled me. Shall we ask him? Or should we just say we need your help? Because I think asking him would be better. Like, are you busy? Can you help me? Just saying I need your help. I don't know. Because I don't know Joe very well. So I don't know if Joe's the type that feels appreciated if you just outright go, I need your help. Or if you're like subtle about it. This is difficult. This is difficult. Well, he said, what do you want, Thomas? So I'll just say I need your help. I'm in over my head with these children, Joe. Fine. Just because it's you asking, Thomas. He helped us. Most excellent. Thank you, Joe. Please follow me. See, Berry does have a lovely voice. If you haven't checked out her YouTube channel yet, please do go check it out. She does ASMR audio, and she does is it every week? Berry, I can't remember what your release schedule is like. I can't even romance my own man. How do you expect me to romance a man for another man? Chattu probably. That is me. Like, I can't even romance a man myself. I'm playing a dating sim to help another man romance another man. And I'm just ruining everything. I'm just ruining everything. Lawrence and Tremblay gather the children in order and begin walking through the prominent sites of the Vatican. Every few feet, Lawrence gives a little anecdote about the building they're in front of. He notices Tremblay is particularly quiet near the back of the group. Okay, give him a wink and encourage him to talk. Say nothing. Wait until he opens his mouth to say something, then cut him off. No, give him a wink and encourage him to talk. Lawrence shoots him a look, which Tremblay intercepts easily. Lawrence, fear overtaking his desire to flirt, instead tilts his head slightly and offers the French Canadian a warm smile. He pretends, for both their sakes, that he's imagined the pale pink tinge that flushes across the taller man's cheeks. Is Tremblay blushing? Oh my god. Upload every Friday at 8 p.m. There you go. So Berry uploads every Friday on 8 p.m. I think it was during Sash stream. That was you. Oh, yeah. That was Berry. They were playing Split Fiction together, which is very funny to watch. You should definitely check it out. Zerk is also very funny as well as a streamer. Tremblay begins giving a brief history on the working horses of the Vatican's past, much to the delight of the children. It wasn't until 1931 that the Vatican City began registering cars within the country. Before that, we used carriages and horses for everything well past when Rome switched over in the late 1800s. Can you imagine watching the Swiss Guard on horseback? Lawrence watches enthralled by how well Tremblay handles the kids. When he is done speaking, Sister Maria calls the children over to a small cluster of benches to eat dinner. I also found an audio view through Zingy's socials, but was too scared to open. I mean, okay, so Berry does do very yandere content, so please be warned. But she does do some other types of content too. Yeah, quite good at that. Now what? Kind of forgot about it. Catching my attention, spying children, listen, nothing, never mind. Catching my attention is a very flirty sort of way to handle this situation. Inspiring children to listen is a very complimentary thing, which Joe might actually enjoy more. So we'll say inspiring the children to listen. Those orphans love listening to you, Joe. You talk to them at their level. Do you really think so? I sometimes wonder why anyone bothers listening to me at all. That's very nice for you to say, Thomas. Anyway, did you notice that little girl near the bag? She didn't seem to have a buddy with her, and it looks like she's eating by herself as well. He points to the little girl wearing a graphic t-shirt and a pair of dirty jeans. She looks no older than 8 or 9. She is, in fact, eating completely by herself. Yandere stuff is fun to do. It is. I mean, I need to learn how to write more Yandere stuff, just so that I can do you some more scripts as well, Berry. Not sad and lament about what arseholes children can be to one another. I don't think that's the right direction to go. Encourage him to go talk to her, drag him over by his wrist and begin talking to her. Let's encourage him. I don't think forcibly making Joe do things is going to work in our favour, so encourage him to go talk to her. You should go talk to her. Sometimes all it takes to make a person shine is some encouragement. You think so? Yeah, Joe is definitely the type of person who requires encouragement rather than being forced to do things. This past week I've seen a whole other side of you. I know in my heart you can make this little girl's day brighter just by offering her some kindness. Trembling gives Lawrence a wide smile and approaches the girl. He points at her shirt and she excitedly begins talking to him about it in quick Italian that Lawrence has trouble understanding. A couple of the other children join in as well until there's a whole group of children all on their phones shouting at each other. He remains until Sister Maria calls them to put their stuff away and they complete the tour. Lawrence is very impressed by how this small interaction made him even more popular with the children. At the end, they wave goodbye. So Berry is the dom to everyone. Yes! Berry is the dom. The dom, by the way. Yes, Sister Maria. I'll stop by next weekend and spend some time at the orphanage after Mass. Lawrence pulls him gently to the side once the group is out of view. You've impressed me a great deal this week, Joe. I'm so delighted by how far you've come. I had a wonderful teacher. Look at him. I love the blushing. I love the blush. It's so cute. The silence is warm only for a moment. Before Tremblay receives a phone call from someone demanding to know where he is. I'm late for a meeting. Let's talk soon, okay, Thomas? I eagerly await hearing from you. Lawrence watches him wave as he briskly picks up his pace to continue on his way. It was good to see Tremblay make such progress like this. Dean Lawrence returns to his apartment and finds Monsignor O'Malley waiting for him by the door. Oh, we can just skip this bit. Because it's the same every night. Okay, let's see how we've done. I hope we've gained another heart with Bellini. No, we've lost a heart! We've lost a heart! No! No! I've ruined it! I've ruined it, chat. There's no saving it. Oh my god. I lost another heart. I can't save this one. I can't salvage it. Oh no, I'm so sad. I'm so upset with myself. The ones I don't want, I'm unable to manage. The one that I do want, like the one that I want to ship them with, I ruin. Oh my god, I've just ruined it all. I can't salvage this. We have 2 days left. There's no salvaging it. Like so we were on 2 hearts, and if we had managed to gain a 3rd heart, then we had 2 days left and we would have been able to salvage it. But the fact that we've lost another heart, you're kind of a bitch, it seems. I'm not truly, I promise you, I'm not. Well, I'll try not to be at least. Okay, we're gonna have to play this game again because I really want Bellini. So with the second playthrough, I'll probably do Adeyemi, Tedesco, and Bellini. So for this playthrough, I'll do Joe, Agnes, and the Pope, seeing as we are close to completely romancing the Pope. It seems like right now you're closest with Sister Agnes. I'm very glad to hear you've put in work to get us to trust you so much. I also see you got close to David Bishop Tremblay. Interesting. You've really worked magic on Bishop Tremblay. His earnestness is wonderful to behold, and it's all because you went out of your way for him. I mean, I still don't hold any fondness for him, but don't be mean, Ray. I'm only saying, everyone needs the project car. I'm serious, Joe really needed me. I'm beyond honoured I could be that person for him. Ray rolls his eyes fondly, then continues. All it takes is the crook of a finger to make you a good little boy, does it, Dean Lawrence? Perhaps Sister Agnes really is magic. Thomas sputters and turns a bright red. Where on God's sacred earth did you hear that from? Don't you remember, Dean? The sisters have eyes and ears. Well, whatever they're saying, it wasn't like that. Ah, but it was like something. Please move on, Ray. Of course, of course. Oh my god, rumours are already starting? It seems like it might be too late to fix things with Cardinal Bellini. Oh my god. I know, Ray, you don't need to rub like salt into the wound. I already know I can't fix that relationship with Bellini. I'm so gutted. I'm so upset. I really wanted to ship him and Bellini together. They were so cute. I'm so bad at this. I'm so bad at this. I suppose so. Completely romancing the Pope sounds like something. I mean, we might as well. We're already 4.5 hearts in, so we might as well complete the rest. Oh yes, one last thing. Sister Agnes, Cardinal Bellini, and Bishop Tremblay will all likely be too preoccupied to talk the rest of the week. Cardinal Bellini has a speech to finish writing after all, and I believe Tremblay still has a mountain of work to translate, and I'm sure Sister Agnes and the nuns still have plenty of work to finish up. That's about it for now. That's all very informative, Ray. Thank you. You're welcome. Oh, does that mean we're not going to be able to talk to them? Did you see the article I left on your desk this morning? I did, yes. Seems a little ridiculous. I'm not so certain. I don't think Satanism is necessarily behind everything, but with an event coming up, perhaps it's best to take extra precautions. His Holiness won't like that. I know, but I would rather have him upset at a few metal detectors and a few extra searches of visitors than have something serious happen. Thomas takes a deep sigh. If you think it's best, I trust you, Ray. Thank you, Thomas. I'll let you rest for the evening. Good night, Ray. Good night, Thomas. Okay. Oh, this is different. Monsignor Marley leaves and Lawrence sinks further into his sofa. The hour has grown late. Lawrence supposes he has no other option but to try to sleep before doing it all over again tomorrow. Oh, is that the same? This is different. Oh, is there someone else at the door? It is late, around 11:50 p.m, when a knock sounds at Dean Lawrence's door. He rises, turns on his bedside light and answers it. Oh, it's Joe! To his surprise, Bishop Joseph Tremblay stands on the other side of the door. He looks stressed. Good evening, Joseph. Are you okay? How can I help you? I've struggled this past week in vain, and I can bear it no longer. I must confess to you at once, Thomas. Oh, is he confessing? I understand. Let me put on a robe and I'll meet you at the confessional downstairs. Are we doing our first confessional? It only takes a few minutes before the two are situated. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It's been 5 days since my last confession. What must you confess, my child? Father. Thomas. I love you. Is that what he's going to say? I fear my life has become completely upended. I fear I stand at a crossroads of uncertainty and doubt of my own making. How so? When I was a boy in Quebec, I felt the calling, as all of us here have. I ignored it to pursue hockey, and while I was successful in college, I knew it would never take me anywhere. Somehow, I got it in my brain that I needed to become someone, and that someone wasn't me. He was a spectre of me, famous and known and loved. When I joined the clergy, I foolishly did so with poor intentions. I thought that rising in the ranks would bring me what I needed, and it never did. I acted like a terrible person to almost everyone. I thought for sure I would get the papacy. I had it all, in every respect, except companionship. I knew the late Holy Father was in poor health, and I began stashing away funds here and there to buy myself votes because I knew that I wouldn't be able to get them on my own. Oh, so he paid people off to vote for him. Oh, that's why he was demoted. Okay, I understand now why. So there's a lot to the story that I felt like was missing because we didn't know what happened previously. But I understand now that the game is sort of waiting for you to get to know these characters, and then they're going to reveal what they have been hiding. So we knew that prior to the game starting, so the week before, something scandalous had happened, something like terrible had happened, and like Adeyemi was demoted, I think, and so was Joseph Tremblay, and so was Tedesco as well. And a lot of people, I mean, even Sister Agnes, she's like, I don't trust Tremblay. How can you get so close to him? How can you forgive him? And even Ray has a dislike for Tremblay as well. So it's now revealing why these other characters have such a dislike for like all these others. Gosh, scandalous. It is scandalous, Faye. Very scandalous. And here I thought he was going to confess his feelings. I was respected by the college, but not nearly well liked enough. When the late Holy Father called upon me to bring Sister Tsunumi here to embarrass Joshua, I'll admit I did so gleefully. And when you ruined it all by finding those papers, I was furious. So it was Thomas Lawrence that found it all and, well, revealed that he'd been buying votes. You destroyed everything I spent my life working toward. I was furious with you. I was furious with the late Holy Father, and I knew I'd burn everything to the ground with me when I resigned. I'd bring the college into terrible scandal and ruin the lives of those I'd bribed just as you ruined mine. And then I wasn't allowed to. I was kept on demoted instead. I didn't know what to do anymore. I'll never be Pope. I have no purpose now. I was furious with you for even trying to be kind to me, and most of all, I'm furious at myself for seemingly forgiving you so easily. You've ruined my life, Thomas, and it seems like all I want to do is thank you for it. Oh, hey, Raffatilla, welcome in. How was your oh my God, you were knitting, right? You were knitting. Oh, VT. Let me give you a shout out. Oh, I did it wrong. I did it wrong. I am professional. I promise you. I'm a professional streamer. Yes, it was pretty good. How are you? I'm doing well. We are playing we are playing a dating sim of popes and nuns and clergymen. We are sullying the name of the great conclave. But yes, I hope you're doing well. Raiders, if you haven't hydrated for a while, please make sure you grab a hold of your cup and take a nice big sip. And if you haven't moved for a while, please make sure you lift up your arms and do a nice big stretch. But my name is Jax. I'm a variety streamer. I do a lot of story-based games, psychological horrors, and also occasionally draw. And yes, you love visual novels. So do I, Rafa. I absolutely love them. So this one is for free, and you should definitely check it out. Oh, thank you for the follow, Vivian Slashes. Thank you so much. That's very much appreciated. I hang on, let me see if I can grab the link and I'll try and post it into my chat, because right, my computer isn't actually handling stream very well. It doesn't handle stream very well, so it struggles a little bit when I try to do all the things. Let me try and copy the link. Copy link. I can do this. I got this, right? There we go. Okay. Hide, and hide. Okay, there we go. But yes, it is a really good visual novel and you should definitely check it out. It is for free. The art is stunning. The story is very well written. It's very cute. We've had some very amazing moments and I've ruined a relationship that I really liked. And I was like, I really shipped him with a character and I've completely ruined it. And I'm like, no. I'm sorry, I'm going to be lurking most, but I love your feature. Oh, thank you, Vivian. Thank you. And thank you so much for the lurk. My VTuber model, my PNG model is drawn by me. I'm about to replace it. I need to finish off drawing the other frames of the animations for the particular PNG. You will check it out. Yes, do check it out. They are absolutely, the developers are absolutely, they're very sweet. I've seen them in their posts and they're so cute. All of them are. It's because Jaxie is so hot, their laptop can't handle it. This is why Barry's the only Dom that I will sub for. Look at that Riz. Have you seen the Riz on Barry? Have you seen it? Can you feel the Riz just dripping off of Barry? But yes, no, if you need to go rest, please make sure you do so. I appreciate the lurk, the raid, or like all the support in general. But yes, please look after yourselves because we are a support of self-care here in this stream. But yes, we continue the game. But yeah, I'm absolutely gutted that I ruined Bellini's relationship. But I said I'll have to play it again and then we'll try and aim for Bellini, like completely and entirely Bellini. It's because Jazz is so cool, the laptop has to compensate. Uwu. I wish I was cool. I'm nothing but trash. I'm just a bit of hot trash. That's why. Oh dear. Anyway, right, let's continue with his confession now. I'm surprised that Joe, well, actually I'm surprised and not surprised at the same time because we have got full 5 hearts with Joe. So the fact that he's come to confess to us is a statement in saying how much he trusts us and how much he loves us. Thomas, it seems like all I want to do is thank you for it. I forgot God and his people, the whole point of this position in the quest to escape my own inadequacy. Oh, Joe. But I'm still frightened, Thomas. I haven't let myself be who I am in decades. I don't even know who that is anymore. And that terrible gnawing feeling of being forgotten forever hasn't gone away. I have this terrible, terrible fear I'll die and nobody will notice or care. Which one do we say? I can never forget you, Joe, or you will never be forgotten, Joe? Can we choose? Right, okay. So you will never be forgotten is a nice statement, but it's not very personal. But if we go, I can never forget you, Joe, it is a very personal statement, like I would never forget you, which sounds more romantic. So we're going to go for I can never forget you, Joe. No matter what happens, Joe, in all my life, I could never forget you. This past week has been one of the happiest of my many years, and I remember you with great fondness until the Lord decides to take me. I'm so sorry you have felt the struggle to know yourself. I'll admit to you, it's one I have felt also before. But watching you grow, my dear Joe, all you must do is keep doing what you're doing. I haven't seen you more alive than when you freed the blackbird or offered a moment of friendship to little Lucia. You'll be remembered and loved by those you give yourself to. I feel such joy that I am the first in what will be a long line of people who care about you. Is he crying? Is he crying, chat? I can never forget you, but I never say I'll remember you in what way. Maybe I'll hate your ass the rest of our lives. No, Faye. We're not supposed to hate him. We're supposed to be helping him. Oh, Thomas. What is going on? Okay, they've left the confessional. Joseph exits the confession booth and Thomas meets him outside, pulling him into a tight embrace. I absolve you, Joe. They stand like that for a moment. before Joseph gently pushes back, his eyes wet with unshed tears. Thank you for everything, Thomas. I must bid you good night. I'll see you at breakfast tomorrow. They hugged, Chad. They hugged. They were in a tight embrace. Good night. Sleep well. We can't see Chad's covering up his face. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, he wasn't crying, but he looked really sad. So he was almost on the brink of tears, but he held them back. Even when in Lawrence's arms, he held them back. Lawrence returns to his apartment. You can't help but lean back on his door once he closes it. Hope. Isn't that what he said, trembling inspired in that little girl? You felt it too. A deep and wonderful thing stoned gently in his heart. He feels hope at the promise of a shared future. Have we got another confession? Are we going to get an Agnes confession? It is late, around 12:30 a.m, when a knock sounds at Dean Lawrence's door. Again? It's Agnes. He rises, turns on his bedside light and answers it. To his shock and delight, Sister Agnes stands on the other side of the door. She looks frustrated. Good evening, Agnes. Though it is a surprise to see you outside the convent so late. Seeing you here, the courier might talk. I'm not worried about that at all. The courier fears me too much to even try to start gossiping like that. A troubled frown worries itself across Sister Agnes's face. That's actually what I wanted to talk to you about. I came here to give you my confession. Of course, allow me to put on a robe and I'll meet you downstairs. A second confession? It only takes a few minutes before the two are situated. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It's been 5 weeks since my last confession. She's gone longer without a confession, longer than Joe. Joe at least was only 5 days. She's not confessed for 5 weeks. 5 weeks? Really? Thomas? Sorry. When must you confess, my child? Oh, wait, hang on. I think I may have made some serious mistakes. My entire life, I've never had the bravery to let people in. It wasn't until I spent so much time with you this past week that I realised I've never had a real friend until now. Is Lawrence going to be friend-zoned? Is he going to be friend-zoned? The fact that she said, I've never had a real friend until now. Is he going to get friend-zoned? And I find myself regretting the actions that led me here. I realise that while I love my work, I love my nuns, father. I think I hate the life I've made for myself here. I'm always going it alone, refusing help and companionship at every possible turn. These fathers are just 3 unlicensed and trained therapists. I mean, Lawrence is. The others aren't. They're all coming to him. Part of it was because of my position. I naturally must be wary of the courier and other nuns, but the other half of me did it because I was afraid to let myself get hurt by other people. I refused to let anyone get to know me in case they wouldn't like what they'd find, and I'd be left alone because of it. I thought it would be better to choose loneliness automatically. But after knowing you, I don't want to be alone anymore. That's very sweet. Then don't be. Let the two of us never be alone again. The courier loves you, Agnes. Oh, do we make this super romantic? Do we tell her that? Then don't. Let the two of us never be alone again. Like, that is a true confession. That's a right confession. Well, seeing as we messed up Bellini, we might as well confess to Joe and Agnes. This is like breaking all sorts of ethics, I think. Well, Jatsu doesn't follow any rules or codes or whatever. I make up my own. We play by my own rules. However, I do not, I'm not an advocate of multi-relationships. I do believe in monogamy. Is that the word? Yes, monogamy and not polygamy. We messed up with this person, so let's confess to the other. Okay, I would never do that in real life, right? I wouldn't. Listen, chat. That's not what I do in real life. Just because I got rejected by someone else doesn't mean I'm going to go and find someone else to confess and be like, right, well, since you confessed already, I might as well just take you. No. I'm not that type of person. Thankfully. You have nothing to atone for. Understand this even then. Even more than you know, Agnes. I felt similarly my entire time here at the Vatican, afraid to be anything other than neutral. But I want to be alone. But I don't want to be alone anymore. Wait. Wait, what is he doing? Thomas exits his half of the booth and knocks gently at Agnes's door. This is so cute. This is so cute. Oh my god. This is so cute. Look at that. Look. This is adorable. Oh my god, it's so adorable. She opens the door and Thomas falls upon one knee, taking her hand gently with his own. Agnes looks near tears and squeezes his hand softly in return. Straight from friends to marriage? Literally. From this day forth, let neither one of us be alone again. You don't mean that, do you, Thomas? You'll skip so many steps. Hello? There's no need for steps, Faye. It's fine. They're old. Old people don't have time. Time's a wasted. No one ain't got time for that. What steps? Oh dear. It's true. How many years do you think they've got left of them? If they want things to happen, they gotta hurry it along. I'm gonna get cancelled. Oh dear. They can't do the whole pine and shake. Exactly. They ain't got time for that. Let's not waste time. I do, I'm afraid. She pulls him up, trailing a gentle caress along his cheek, still not letting go of his hand. What are we going to do? Chop, come on. What we've been doing. I can help you open to the rest of the courier. They all love you. They're just a little intimidated by you, for good reason. But if you give them a chance, I promise they'll disappoint you as faithfully as they've been disappointing me my whole career. Sister Agnes gives him a bittersweet smile, her eyes filled with unshed tears. She takes a few steps towards him. I've never had someone care so much about supporting me as you have, Thomas. I've wondered all week if this was some kind of trick, if you had some kind of ulterior plan. There is nothing on this earth that could stop me from bearing your burden. I mean this with all the sincerity in my heart. Agnes traces her thumb across his... What? Wait, hang on. What did she say? Agnes traces her thumb across his jaw and sinfully. She allows her finger to ghost the side of Thomas's lips. She's touching his lips! She's touching his lips! Then she pulls back as though burned. The sadness in both their faces is unfortunate, but highly necessary. I'll leave you now. If I'm to become friends with everyone, I suppose that'll make me a subject of gossip soon enough. We'll have to be careful. I make no promises. Agnes gives the side of his cheek a soft pinch, then steps sheepishly away. Good night, Thomas. Good night, Agnes. See you soon, I hope. You can count on it. How sinful, I know, right, Binky? How sinful. Come on, lady, act your age. She's trying to restrain herself. She just doesn't want any form of like gossip. That's what she's trying. She's trying to look out for both of them, which I can understand. But still, it's like you don't have time for this. You have to act quick. Oh my god. I'm like some bad salesperson. Act now before the sale's gone. Oh my god. Lawrence watches her as she walks away. There's an ache that buries itself into his chest, of knowing nothing more will come, of wanting it anyway, of being so appreciative of what he has discovered he has, of what he has discovered he has. Says that Agnes deserves all of it. She deserves to be renowned among the courier. She deserves to have her needs met as she wishes. He is grateful, to the Lord most especially, that she has entrusted to him the ability to help her. He returns to his room and has difficulty falling back to sleep after such a day. He crosses his arms and tries to count sheep or think of a homily, anything to take his mind off it all. Day 6. 2 days until All Saints' Day. They confess to us. We have 2 letters. Let's read We have one from Trembly. This is our first letter from Trembly. Right, let's read one from Sister Agnes. Thomas, thank you for assisting the convent and I yesterday, for taking my confession, vulnerability so gently. It is not easy for me to be so open, and I'm forever grateful to you for encouraging me as you have this week. Perhaps I could return the favour sometime and try to assist you in learning how to use Excel. Honestly, he doesn't know how to use Excel. To be fair though, Excel is very difficult. It's a pain in the ass. I still don't know how to do VLOOKUPs. Well, no, actually, I know how to do them, but I don't remember the formulas. So I always have to find a previous Excel file and then just copy and paste and then fiddle with the formula and be like, yeah, there we go, done. You love Excel. I mean, it's just something I use for data entry and that's it. Dear Thomas, I received this from Sister Maria. It was very meaningful to me and I'm sure it will be to you also. What did you receive? Oh, this is cute. Now, why is it a why is it an Among Us drawing? Why? The imposter. The Pope is the imposter. Well, it's not the Pope. It's Trembly. He's the imposter. Dear Father Trembly, thanks for playing with me. I had a lot of fun. I hope you come by soon and teach us scripture. You'll be less boring than Father Morticia. Or Mordecai even. Father Mordecai. Goodbye, Lucia. There's an imposter among us. Exactly. It's really cute, but imposter is genius. Impopester. Sorry. Don Tremblay and Tremblay even. Lucia. So if I spelled it wrong. Oh, it's very cute though. It's adorable. Right. Gospel of the day. I don't like reading these. It's difficult, but we shall read them. And he went through the cities and towns teaching and making his journey to Jerusalem. And a certain man said to him, Lord, are they few that are saved? But he said to them, strive to enter by the narrow gate, for many, I say to you, shall seek to enter and shall not be able. For when the master of the house shall be gone in, and you shall shut the door, you shall begin to stand without and knock at the door, saying, Lord, open to us. And he answering shall say to you, I know not whence you are. Then you shall begin to say, we have eaten and drunk in thy presence, and thou hast taught in our streets. And he shall say to you, I know you not whence you are. Depart from me, all ye workers of iniquity. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth, when you shall see Abraham and Isaac and Jacob and all the prophets in the kingdom of God, and you yourselves thrust out. And there shall come from the east and the west, and the north and the south, and shall sit down in the kingdom of God. And behold, they are last that shall be first at first, and they are first that shall be last. Is it our last day? It can't be 2 days, right? Oh my god. Okay, so the only two that we can talk to is Adeyemi, Tedesco, and Pope. The two people that I do not like, and then there's the Pope. We'll go do the Pope first. Early morning session with the Pope. It's morning, and Lawrence is having his daily meeting with the Pope. There's nothing unusual about the meeting with the Pope in an office, after all. He first spoke to Pope Innocent I when they first met. However, for some reason, Lawrence has the uncanny feeling the two of them are stuck in a time loop every time they meet in this room. Your Eminence. There's not enough coffee for weeks like this. Nothing could stop us from having meetings at the Turtle Pool. Sorry, there's so much happening that I'm distracted. Why is the Turtle Pool highlighted red though? Shall we do the Turtle Pool? The Turtle Pool is really cute, by the way. Nothing could stop us from having meetings at the Turtle Pool. It's too bad it's so cold out today. It would be nice to have this meeting outdoors. Oh, I wouldn't mind that. We wear so many layers that sometimes it's a relief to be a little too cold. Or so I found. I might be alone thinking this though. Pope Innocent is outwardly relaxed enough to be making small talk about the weather. Lawrence can't help but wonder about the results of their last big discussion. Through taking confessions, Lawrence has come to know that internet usage can be as addictive as alcohol or drugs. Even the most self-disciplined people sometimes confess to seeking things online that were bound to upset them. Maybe the Pope shares that particular struggle too. Press further. How are you otherwise? Did you cut back on your news alerts? Oh, he was struggling. So We were having a meeting, his phone kept on going off, and he was saying how he struggled to not check out the news outlets because he was worried about his reputation, because he is the Pope, so he needs to keep up a certain a certain appearance, and he wanted to keep that appearance because obviously he is. No, he goes, I can't count and chat. What are you counting, Tyria? What are you counting? Are you knitting? Smash that Pope. Rose. Oh, you are knitting. Yeah, okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. Thank you for the luck, and I hope the counting goes well. There's a 5, a 10, a 12, and then there's 20 and 23, 30, 40. Am I helping? Am I helping? I'm sorry. I'll stop being a menace. I'll stop being a menace. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Come back. I'll stop being a menace. Oh dear. I am a gremlin. I'm sorry. Right. I did. Good. Your Holiness, I met with Monsignor Marley yesterday. We discussed my goals and wishes for the reports he's going to do for me. Did he answer all your questions adequately? Yes, he did. It feels like a hard stop to the conversation, even though Lawrence isn't sure why. Let him gather his thoughts. Press further. Let's let him gather his thoughts. Lawrence stays silent but conveys interest with his eyes. It's strange that people live this way now, isn't it? Make a joke. Most don't have access to Monsignor Marley's help. I generally think it's too bad they don't. You can't be everywhere at once. Even if you probably would like to be. He needs to rest at some point. Anyway, I have a feeling you think I'm still looking at news alerts. For what it's worth, I'm not. I'm happy to not be looking at them. But something troubles you. Yes, my mind feels much clearer after disengaging with all of that. Isn't that a good thing? Yes, but as you say, many people don't have access to an expert like Monsignor Marley. From my brief attempt at monitoring what people say online, it left me feeling awful, but I felt like I couldn't look away. That is so true. So online comments is like a train wreck. Like, you really shouldn't be staring at it because it's so terrible, but you just can't help but stare at it. And it's like, no, I need to look away. I must look away. I can't do this. I need to look away. But it's an absolute train wreck. I feel better, but also somehow worse for stepping away. Did I barely know how to use the copier then? I thank God we don't have to do Ray's job. Let's make a joke at ourselves. You should still stay away. Most of what people say online doesn't matter. Yes, but every so often there's a kernel of truth to the headlines and the jokes. And what do I do then? What if I miss something important? What if the people need a response and I only have silence to offer them? If the late Holy Father were there, Lawrence would joke, only God is omniscient. He still can't be sure if Pope Innocent will accept jokes like that. If I may speak plainly, always. There are a few occasions when it's appropriate to respond immediately to speculation. It doesn't come across as being receptive. It often makes a person appear as though they're flailing. It's easier said than done. Lawrence had wanted to tell the media to be silent when Bellini had become Secretary of State in place of him, and he'd wanted to tell people to be silent after his homily in the conclave. It took an iron will to prevent himself from standing on a kitchen table and shouting that his homily had not been a campaign speech. At the time, it had made him feel as though he was under a microscope. He thinks about saying all of this to Pope Innocent, but it might be too informal, or worse, dismissive. Any pope would be experiencing the same thing, but at a magnitude Lawrence can barely comprehend. Maybe I am flailing. That's the time when you should appear the most confident. I wasn't completely isolated when I was abroad. I would make use of the internet too. I don't know. Be aware of bad weather, outbreaks of hostilities, things like that. But I wasn't paying attention to articles about cats that looked suspiciously like the new pope. I had to keep moving. Everyone comes to the papacy with some skills they need to learn. The church is obligated to understand how people are using the internet these days, but I was always bound to be the least equipped to deal with it. I'm sure the nature of your ministry precluded that, not any failing on your part. We aren't meant to know the future, but sometimes I do wish the Lord had given me an inkling that I would need. Oh. Okay, that's... What did he say? We aren't meant to know the future, but sometimes I do wish the Lord had given me an inkling that I would need to navigate this one day. The world is so unstable, there's no time for me to fail in this. He's so hard, like, he's so strict on himself, bless him. You aren't failing. You can't change the past. You aren't failing. Don't speak in terms of success or failure, Your Holiness. We have full confidence in you. Thank you, Your Eminence. And there are many stories in the scriptures about people struggling to communicate. Last night, I actually read and reread the passages on the Tower of Babel. Do you think it should happen a second time? Pope Innocent laughs. No, no. My difficulties have made me think about the moments just before God struck it down. Did you come to any conclusions? I know it was a lesson to humanity, but I find myself wondering if it wasn't an act of kindness as well. Being that high above the earth, being able to have all of humanity's knowledge at your disposal. Yes, that would naturally lead to pride, but it also might make a person paralysed with indecision. And so from this interpretation, God was protecting them from seeing the world the way God sees the world. Yes, that is... Yes, that precisely. Will this come up in one of your homilies this week? If so, you can run the risk of Tedesco thinking you're pointing out flaws in the Tridentine Mass. Subtweeting his preference for Latin, you mean to say? What does that mean? Don't worry about it, Your Eminence. Oh, what does he mean by that? I will of course pray that God delivers the guidance you seek. I am grateful. I'm glad to be of service, Your Highness. Sometimes the cat memes are funny. Do you think he'll like that if we say sometimes the cat memes are funny? Because the cat memes are funny. No, I think we should be sincere and say, I'm glad to be of service, Your Holiness. Do you require anything else? No, I've really taken up a great deal of your time, Your Eminence. Thank you. We're always really tired after we've finished speaking to the Pope, though. Lawrence leaves the papal officers a bit tired, but in a way that feels surprisingly good. Before the late Holy Father's isolation paranoia took root, he and Lawrence often had discussions about the intersection between faith and practicality. This meeting with Pope Innocent reminds him fondly of those days. However, like Pope Innocent, he sometimes scolds himself for not paying enough attention to important things in the past. He can't save the late Holy Father from his loneliness, but he'll do his best to help keep the new Pope away from that path. We've only got 2 more. I don't want to talk to these 2. We can skip. But I also don't want to skip because it feels bad. Let's go talk to Adeyemi. I've been avoiding him the entire game because I really don't like him. Dean Lawrence. It is afternoon on the outskirts of the administration building when Bishop Wozniak catches up to Lawrence. The man is breathless as though he has been running. Oh, brother. Ah, Yanis, what can I do for you? I just had a meeting with Pope Innocent and he asked me to take this Sister Agnes at once. But I've been scouring the convent and cannot find her. I have to meet with Secretary Bellini in 15 minutes and I need someone to deliver this memo for me. I have a meeting with Secretary... no. We'll accept the memo. Of course, Your Excellency. I'll get it to her as soon as possible. Do not worry at all. Thank you, Your Eminence. I will see you around. He leaves, sprinting off to the offices of the Holy See. Lawrence shakes his head fondly after the hurried man before opening the doors of the building and entering the administration foyer for the second time that day. We've not seen the background for this area. And who should he find but Bishop Adeyemi talking frustratedly to a handful of other bishops. He nods to them, then walks over to Lawrence. The others disperse. Oh. Ah, good afternoon, Dean Lawrence. Good afternoon, Your Excellency. A pleasant meeting. Adeyemi scoffs at this. Not as such, I'm afraid. Just gossip. You know how it is. Gossip, Joshua, oh do tell. Oh, you're better than that. This guy is full of gossip, and he is such a jealous man. Oh my god, I can't deal with it. This is why I don't want to romance him. Okay, so, oh, you're better than that. Oh, you're better than that. Glass houses, Thomas. That's what Tyria said to me earlier on in the spa. She was like, Jatty, you live in a glass house, old man. The stones, watch out for the stones. Because we were, I think it was Shroom. So Shroomy posted a meme in the spa and Horror didn't understand the meme. So I kept on, I kept on reacting to Horror's comments with an old man emote. I said I shouldn't bully Horror too much because I'm internet sheltered. So there's a lot of things that I do not understand. Which is when Tyria reminded me that I also have a glass house. So I suppose that's fair. Do tell. Just idle nonsense among the bishops. Linen's not folded well, meals undercooked, that sort of thing. That doesn't seem like much gossip to me. Apparently the convent keeps tabs on all of us. I thought that was known. Adeyemi leans in. He leans in. Why are you getting close, Adeyemi? His cologne is intoxicating and Lawrence feels the need to close his eyes at the proximity. Are you taking a whiff, Lawrence? You should not be niff-niffing. This is not a man with romancing. No, I mean, they keep tabs on us. The whole convent has it out for me, and that's why my clothes are too starched and my dinner's inedible. Sarcasm. No way, that's crazy. Are you stupid? Let's do sarcasm. That's certainly a thought. I've never had that happen to me before, and the other bishops can confirm this. Not as of yet. I'm the only one this is happening to with this level of frequency. But they all believe me. Apparently, Bishop Michael said he spoke sternly to a nun at breakfast, and then at dinner he was given the toughest bit of veal. They eat veal? The toughest bit of veal he's ever had in his life. Oh wow. You don't believe me? I scarcely think I deserve this level of sarcasm from you, Thomas. Adeyemi looks a little miserable at that, and Lawrence immediately feels guilty. Okay, we'll apologise for the sarcasm. I'm sorry. You're right. That was rude of me. It's not that I don't believe you. It seems like it's just the paranoid ramblings of tired old men. They are tired old men, though. Lawrence thinks for a moment. Can you think of any reason why they would do this? Adeyemi stares at him, confused. Not one. Not one. Give it to him gently. Give it to him hard. No, don't use these words. Oh God. Oh no, so sus. Do we gently tell him or do we give him like stern, tough love? Oh my God. I mean, okay, so even if we let's be nice, right? We'll give it to him gently. Like, he doesn't, as much as I don't like him, he still doesn't deserve to be. He doesn't deserve to have us be rude to him, in my opinion. Unless he was rude first, but he wasn't in this instance. Lawrence caresses his shoulders, almost as if consoling someone grieving. Joshua, only last week you were involved in a sex scandal that cost you the papacy. Oh, he was involved in a sex scandal? What? What? So Joseph was involved in paying people to vote for him, and Adeyemi was involved in a sex scandal? What? Wow. That cost you the papacy. That should have cost you your job, and all the convent knows this. You mean Sanumi? Is that what this is about? Sister Sanumi. Who else could it possibly be about? Are you willfully being obtuse? Sister Sanumi. All right, I get it. I should understand what the issue is here, I suppose. Yeah, really scandalous. Oh my God, Joshua. I suppose I've paid my penance 1,000,000 times over. I don't understand why these women are punishing me so. She's returned to Nigeria now. All is well. Lawrence considers how best to word things. Consider her perspective. We will never understand her. You just don't get it. Consider her perspective. Consider Sister Sunumi's perspective for a moment. You abused your position, left her disgraced and with child. He impregnated her. Left her disgraced and with child and refused to acknowledge your own fault in it. Then 30 years later, she's again used without her permission, this time for the benefit of men halfway across the world. Whoa, wait, hang on. This happened 30 years ago? What? So this is an old scandal. It's not even like I mean, regardless, right? Regardless, he should have taken responsibility for his actions. If you're gonna do the deed, you're gonna have to take responsibility. Like, there are consequences to actions. You have to deal with them. You can't just run away and be like, "Yep, no, not my problem." That's not how this works. And on top of all that, she was moved from her life's calling as a nurse to come here and do laundry. I'm also upset on her behalf. Adeyemi looks flawed. He crosses his arms and has the decency to sound ashamed. I hadn't considered that. I know. I'm unsure how to make amends. Take this moment to Sister Agnes, be better. Do we make him do the legwork? I mean, to be honest, I just want to say be better, but it's not a very helpful comment. Just do better isn't a very helpful comment. Let's make him take this to Agnes. Take this memo instead, in my stead to Sister Agnes, and use the opportunity to apologise to her for putting one of her nuns through such terrible trials. When you finish, I expect you to write a full letter of apology to Sister Tsunumi back in Nigeria. You need to own up to your actions, Joshua, and take some responsibility for everything past and present. Recognise what you've done to her. Recognise your son. She deserves to hear that from you. It was all she wanted at the conclave. It is the least you owe her. Adeyemi nods profusely. I won't disappoint you further, Thomas. What I did was unforgivable. I know that. Really? Do you really understand how unforgivable your actions are in just such a short interaction? I want to be a better person. I'll take my leave now. I'll deliver this to Sister Agnes right away, and I'll pen my letter to Sister Tsunumi as soon as I'm able. Sassy Jatsy being dragged to church, eh? Yes, Pixie. Although, to be fair, I dragged myself to church. I am on the path to self-enlightenment. I can only hope my letter will bring her closure. She did not deserve my terrible pride. Excuse me, Thomas. He gives a slight bow, then exits the admin building's foyer. Lawrence, with an odd sense of pride, walks up the stairs to the second floor. Perhaps being a manager isn't too terrible after all. Righteousness? Oh. Not to righteousness, no. to self-enlightenment. Right, let's talk to Tedesco. We don't like this man, but we might as well. It's evening, and Lawrence and Monsignor O'Malley stop by the Casa Santa Marta dining hall. They realise they have a 15-minute window of time to eat something. They have high hopes for a relatively peaceful meal because it's outside the rush for dinner. But sometimes hope can be in vain. Dean Lawrence! Archbishop O'Malley! Tedesco calls out for Lawrence's attention while witnesses look on. It's enough to cause deja vu. They're even in the same dining hall. Lawrence looks at O'Malley, silently pleading with him to make up a reason to leave. Help, please, please help. I think this is this is something I would do to my best friend if I saw someone I didn't like. I'm like, please help me, help me get out of this situation right now. Let's do it. Lawrence instinctively looks at O'Malley, hoping he'll manufacture an excuse so that they can both leave. Ray does pick up on the hint, but just tilts his head. Lawrence has known O'Malley for years, and the message is plain. Are you sure, Your Eminence? It reminds him that running away will likely make things worse in the long run. That is also true. It is also true. He and Monsignor O'Malley join Tedesco at his table. This is too close to home. What do you mean, Faye? With the dining hall and running away from someone who you want to avoid, and then asking a friend to save you. But then friend's like, "Are you sure? Because it'll only make things worse if we avoid this person. You know how it is." It's the long run isn't that long anyway. I mean, yes, that is true. The long run is in the long. Oh my god. Goffredo. For a few minutes they make small talk. I'm sure you can guess I did not call you over just to talk about the weather and how much we hate the coffee here. Did you speak to the commission about the relic? No. Goffredo, I thought so. I guess as much when I saw the look on your face. If you would let me finish... Oh no, 100% the person that would just cut off relationships straight if they're being pieces of shit. I mean, same here. I don't see the point in continued interactions. If you do, like... It's not like if... It's more so like if you've done something that... How do I put this without being such a bitch? Like, I will say, like, okay, if you're an arsehole, I will cut you out of my life. I don't need you in my life. Like, it's no dirt off my shoulder. If you're going to be a complete and utter butthole, then fine. You can leave. I don't need you. And I'm not going to beg people like that to stay in my life because it's not worth my time. My time is too precious. My time is too precious to be spending on people or wasting it on people that just aren't worth it. And this is why if, like, any of my friends end up with someone who I think is toxic, I mean, I won't be like, oh no, you should cut them off. But if they go, oh, well, this person is actually quite toxic, I don't know what to do. So just cut them out of your life. You do not need them in your life. Like, honestly, don't waste your time. Like, don't waste any more of your time on them. They're really not worth it. Just cut them off and be done with it. Just cut the limb off, because otherwise the infection is going to spread and it's just going to make things worse in the long run. And it's not worth it. It's not the heartache. It's not the upset. It's not worth it's not worth having to deal with the aftermath of something that really doesn't need you to be involved in. I'm very bad at that. I know you are, Pixie. That's not me being mean. I know you are absolutely terrible at that. And every single time you come across someone and I'm just like, Pixie, please, you need to cut them off. Like, I love you to bits and I don't want to see you get hurt or like be used by these people. You need to just cut them off, nip it at the bud and tell them bye-bye. That's it. Bye-bye. I love to ask what makes it difficult. Like, is it confrontational issue or like you don't want to ruin friendship issue? I think Pixie's just too nice. Pixie's just too nice because she feels like that if someone has come to her to become friends and then later on in life they need help and she says no or she cuts them off, she feels like it'll be calmer, and when she needs the help or when she needs the friend, they won't offer her that same sort of support. And that's not true, right? Because Pixie's amazing, Pixie's lovely, and she deserves all the support that she can get. So it's not true that she won't get the support because she is not an asshole, not a dickhead like some of these people that do come into her life. And I'm like, Pixie, please don't upset yourself anymore with these people. Please. I grew up with my grandparents and they were very drilling with the worst thing you can do is be an inconvenience to someone. I'm very, oh no, I wouldn't like to be cut off, so I'll be terrible if I do. I mean, it's a very hard cycle to break, to be honest. And I completely understand because I've got other different types of hang-ups that my parents have instilled into me, which are not very helpful or handy. And I mean, I try not to let them get in the way of my life. It does become difficult. It is hard to break it. But once you do, it is so freeing. Like, it is so free. I mean, I still have my own problems, but hey, we live and we learn, right? We live and we learn. Okay. Let us. Okay, right. We continue. If you would let me finish. Tedesco remains silent, but he is clearly belligerent. He gives Lawrence an irritated glare. But I did have Monsignor O'Malley look into the matter. Instead of answering Lawrence, he turns to look at O'Malley. Oh my god, we're getting so many rays today. You guys are amazing. Hello, Ishio. Hello, welcome in, Raiders. Oh my god, let me give you a shout out. I did see that you were streaming and I was like, oh, do I have time to pop in? I don't have time to pop in. But hello, welcome in. You were playing the clock. I did have a quick peek at what you play. What is this game about, Ishio? Also, welcome in, Raiders. My name is Jatsu. I'm a variety streamer. I do a lot of story-based games as well as psychological horrors, and I also occasionally draw. If you haven't hydrated for a while, please grab that cup of yours and take a nice big sip. And if you haven't moved for a while, please lift your arms up into the air and do a nice big stretch. Oh my god, I need to stretch. We play Castle, a scary horror game. No, not the horror games. Did you get jump scared? Did you defeat the scary monsters? Did you run away? Did you escape the horrors that were unfolding in front of you or before you? It was awful. Oh no. That bad? There were many scares. Was it just streamer that got jump scared, or did chat also get jump scared as well? Thanks for the stretch reminder. No worries, Cesaris. We are an advocate of self-care here. Absolute advocates. So yes, we will always look after raiders and chatters. Make sure you hydrate and make sure you stretch. Long snake lady monster. That sounds really wrong. Long snake lady monster? You know, worm lady. Azric the dragon, thank you so much for the follow. Very much appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Please stretch and hydrate. Yes, always. You all got jump scared. Wow, that is a game if even chat is jump scared by it. But yes, welcome in. We are playing a visual novel called Delectatio Morosa. I can't pronounce it. It's in the title. Read it for yourself. And we're romancing popes and clergymen and nuns. We've ruined a relationship that I really wanted to actually succeed in, but unfortunately, as chat has witnessed, I cannot talk to men. I suck at talking to men. I suck at flirting with men, apparently. So I've ruined a relationship. But yes, streamer and raiders, if you need to rest, please make sure you do so. I'm absolutely fine for you guys to also lurk. You do not have to chat or interact with us or me. But I appreciate all of the support that you give me. You're like scaring me with horror. I'm too desensitized. So in terms of like being desensitized, I'm fine with like a lot of like film based or TV based like triggers, like stories and themes, but horror I cannot deal with, unfortunately, because it triggers my sleep paralysis, especially paranormal based horror, and I'm like not touching that one, not touching that one. It's too much. It will trigger my sleep paralysis. I won't get any sleep, and that's not good. It is not good. I'd hate it. Oh my god, yeah, no, I'm not touching that one. That one I am avoiding. The classroom's not for you then. Yep, definitely big no. Big no, but that's absolutely fine as long as you guys are enjoying it and having fun with it. That's fine, that's cool. I don't have to be the one that has to be witnessing it. I'm asleep now. Hope you have a good stream. No worries. Thank you again so much for the raid, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening and also get some good sleep. It's worse than horror. It's Catholic. You mean the game or this game, Terry? This is not a horror game. This is a romance game. Although, right, the horror, I suppose, is watching two old men being all romantic and innocently romantic, like innocently touching hands and touching shoulders and you know, just pressing up against each other. I will shush. I don't want to scare the raiders. I think horror games are so scary because you're actually in it. That is also true. Like, I can watch other people play horror games because I'm not so immersed into it, but when I'm playing it myself, oh my god, I'm so immersed into it. I'm like, no, I won't be scared. Yes, I definitely will be scared, and I will jump, and then I will be like, no, I cannot do this. But I'm gonna continue my story. I can't do horror games. I thought, yeah, no, don't worry, Faye. I'm with you in this boat and we're going to paddle away together. We're not doing, well, I have played horror games. Don't get me wrong. I just have to prepare myself like after stream or after game stuff, like making sure I watch something cutesy and pretty and calming and put on some nice music, you know, stuff that will hopefully prevent the sleep paralysis, but never does because the fear always comes back instead. I remember the first time I made my wife play a horror game. She kept claiming that horror movies were scary. She ate her words that day. Oh no. Did she fully eat her words? Dear. Oh dear. Okay, anything interesting in Monsignor? Well, you do want the bad news. Or, well, do you want the bad news or the good news first, Your Eminence? Whoever asked for good news first? So he wants the bad news first. Actually, you know what? How about we do the good news first? You just said Little Nightmares? Little Nightmares not that scary. I can handle Little Nightmares. If I can handle it's not that scary. I mean, did I scream? Not like scream. Did I die a lot? Yes, I did. Was it that scary? A little bit, but I like the puzzles. The puzzles were so much fun. And yes, I'm looking forward to the third game as well, because it's a co-op game as well. I'm scared to try Little Nightmares. It looks very dread-inducing. It isn't though, Pixie. It is a very cute game. Just aside Little Nightmares in Halloween 2022. Until now, it has not opened. I still has not opened it. No, you should open it. So the thing is, right, Pixie, you'll hate it. Oh yeah, it's got kids in it, Pixie. Kids in danger. You will. So a lot of times when I watch films or TV series with Pixie, a lot of the stuff that I watch has the theme of children being in danger. And it's one of Pixie's biggest stresses. So yes, Little Nightmare is also on that same theme where there are kids that are in danger. Yes, suspiciously, every single film we watched had kids in danger. It was hilarious. What do you mean sus? How is that sus, Tyria? Why am I being sus commanded? Sus for suspect, you were crying. That's not the right sus for it. But okay, fine. I'll allow it. But yeah, every single time I watch a film with Pixie, it's always kids in danger. And she's like, why do you do this to me, Jatsu? I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't help it. It's just one of the themes. It's not the main theme. It just happens to be a side theme. That's part of the storytelling. I can't help it. But no, you guys should play Little Nightmares. It's a really cute game and the puzzles are really cool. I did struggle on some of the puzzles, but I am looking forward to the third game, which is also co-op, if I remember correctly. And I have asked someone to play it with me. I need to speak to them again, maybe. I don't know. I'll see. I asked them, and I am looking forward to it. But at the same time, I'm also like, is it a good game to be playing with them? Is another question. Is it a good game? But yeah, I am looking forward to it, absolutely. And when it does get released, I will be purchasing it and we will be playing it on stream. I may play 1 and 2 again, just to refresh our memory of the previous game. I mean, there isn't like a huge story behind it, but it'd be nice to give us a little refresher on what to expect for the third game. But let's get back to our commentary between Ray and Tedesco. Actually, you know what? How about we do the good news first? He just said he didn't want good news. I've been expecting the Vatican to disappoint me. All right. Good news. There was an artifact discovered that seems to come from the same general time period as St. Mark. Bad news. There may have been a game of telephone at work as to the nature of this item. A game of telephone, and yet people can't tell me on the telephone. Okay, what seems to be the problem with the relic? Well, primarily the fact that it most likely isn't one. Along with some seemingly ancient bone shards, there was a fragment of an ancient Roman cameo that bore the prenomen Marcus. Is that how you pronounce it? What? Prenomen? What does that even mean? Could someone research that for me? Marcus. You see how the mistake could be made? Oh, because he thought it was the a relic of St. Mark, but it's not. It's a relic, but of Marcus. I can see how the mistake could be made, but it's also a convenient mistake for the Vatican. What, researching? No worries, Pixie. It's fine. Don't worry. There was a word that I couldn't read and I didn't know what it meant, but I'll research it later. First name chosen by the parents of a Roman child. Ah, okay. Thank you so much, Faye. I wouldn't lie, Your Eminence. Oh, I doubt anyone associated with Cardinal Lawrence would know how to lie. Or how to lie. Pass on information later discovered to be a lie. That's a different story. Intervene. Ray, if you wish to leave, I'll bring food to you later. Thank you, Your Eminence. Oh, sorry, I clicked it quickly. What do you say? I'll accept that offer. It seems I've lost my appetite for the moment. I'm not surprised. Tedesco is really rude. I'll see you shortly, Your Eminence. Yes, of course. Lawrence and Tedesco say nothing until Monsignor Marley is out of earshot. You will be civil with my staff, and especially with my secretary. Lawrence is furious. He has never seen Tedesco act so brashly with an inferior courier member before. As abrasive as he is, he always kept his punches upward, and Lawrence respected this about him. This behaviour is new. Oh, I will I? I wasn't particularly civil just now. He almost sounds contrite. Almost. Lying is a sin. Be practical here. I'm not going to bring up the sin. I'm going to say be practical here. You aren't stupid. You know that a veneer of politeness goes a long way when you want favours out of someone. Oh, we're talking about favours. Maybe it's brainwashing? Oh, you mean him? Being informed about relevant archaeological discoveries is just a favour to us. Yes. Why not use one of those insipid terms the ancient Romans had? The Vatican doing a favour to us plebeians in Venice. Oh, you know that's an exaggeration. Tedesco abruptly puts his finger to his outer temples and groans a frustrated, pained little sigh. Oh, no, why did I do that? Lawrence briefly worries Tedesco's going through a medical episode. Lightly touched Tedesco's shoulder. Do we touch him or do we not? He might slap our hand away. I have a feeling he's going to slap our hand away. He's going to be like, don't touch me. Get your filthy hands off of me. Let's do it. Goffredo. Tedesco removes his hands from his face. He only takes a moment before he looks completely composed again. Sorry. Jesse playing the game about priest. I am. Did he touch him or not? Pixie. Turns volume up. I'm glad this has caught your interest. Sorry. Ignore that. That would be difficult for me to do. I shouldn't have started this conversation when I was going through nicotine withdrawal. Oh, he's quitting smoking? Oh. Lawrence realises he hasn't seen the vape once during this conversation. Where is your constant companion? What the heck are we playing? We're playing the dating sim of priests and popes and nuns. And we've successfully romanced Joseph and Agnes, but I haven't successfully romanced anyone else. We're aiming for the Pope next. We have 2 days. Broken. Tedesco says this as though his dearest beloved has died. Does Lawrence care? No, but he's better at faking it. I wouldn't know the first thing about how to troubleshoot something like that. An interesting choice of words, constant companion. You'll be civil about my constant companion. What's wrong with your vape exactly? Won't turn on. I think its charger wasn't working. It probably needs a new one. Those options are hilarious. They are quite funny. I don't know what I would have guessed this game was, but definitely not that. It is a dating sim, Pixie. And we've managed to, well, I say it's a dating sim. You don't actually get to date them, but you get to confess your feelings and then get them to open up to you and confess even deeper feelings. But you never actually truly get to say, I love you. Which is true to innocent romance, because that never really happens. It gets dragged on for a very long time before anything actually does happen. It's the whole will it, won't it? Do they? Will they? Have they? Tedesco gives Lawrence a pathetic, expectant look. Choose not to address it. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. I'm not arranging for someone to buy you a new vape charger, Goffredo. I didn't think you would help. It's in your best interest that I get a working vape one way or another, or I'll become so ill and cranky it will be It will make my conversation with Monsignor Armani look like a chat between best friends. I imagine they won't until they're married. I mean, it still also doesn't work like that, I don't think. No. 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 Don't ever pull a stunt like that again. Take it out on me instead. No, we're not going to tell him to take it out on us instead. We're going to tell him not to pull a stunt like that again. I was serious about my warning. I have my limits, and making nice to the good Archbishop is one of them. Yes. Despite what you think, I do know how to pick some battles. And you chose this week to pick this battle. It's going to be All Saints' Day soon. Now's the perfect time to talk about long dead saints. Ah, so that's why you waited so long to raise the subject. Yes, and I'm not satisfied. I want to see the relic artifact, whatever you want me to call it. Take it out on me instead sounds like a prequel to Hate Fucking. No, you didn't choose that. I'm sad now. Faye. They are celibate. They cannot. It is sinful. It is a sin. This is considered blasphemy. Exactly. It is blasphemous. We cannot choose those options. We have to think of poor Thomas. Poor Thomas. We have to protect Thomas. Oh, Faye's like, give me. Boring. I'm sorry that I bore you. Oh dear. Whatever you want me to call it, I need you to use your influence to get me through the door. It slowly dawns on Lawrence why Tedesco's behaving like this. He probably tried to secure access and was denied. People in Vatican City have long memories over his treatment of the late Holy Father. Oh, did he treat the Holy Father badly? Promise to help him. Nope, it's Tedesco's turn to squirm. Shall we make him squirm? Let's make him squirm. Oh, itchy eye, hang on. I try to make time to personally reach out to the commission, but I can't make any promises. You know how busy this week is. Thank you. I know how busy you are. Lawrence pulls out his small mobile device and quickly begins searching for something on his browser. Are you listening? Why are you on your phone? Can't wait to be on that. Can't wait to be on to the next meeting. Look at your screen. Lawrence stands up and starts walking away before he can regret what he just did. What did he do? What did he do on his phone? Tedesco's laughter echoes all over the hall as he comprehends what Lawrence just texted him and the address to a vape shop in Rome. He helped him. He actually helped him. Lawrence is too kind. Jesus on speed dial. Jesus on speed dial. Usually Tedesco's laughter doesn't bode well, but it's not so bad right now. Okay. And most productive. Thank you for asking, Ray. What about you? Productive as well. We're making good progress. Yeah, it's all the same text. Hang on. Ray wants to pepper and pulls that shit. Okay, no. Let's see your flock feeding shepherd after today. Let's see. Oh, wow. Okay, we went from 2 hearts to 4.5 with Adeyemi. He was very easy to win over. But I still don't want him. I still think he's a poopy butthole. I don't like him. His personality is just, ugh. I wanted Bellini, and look, we've only got 1 heart. I'm so sad about that. Ah, still closest with Sister Agnes, I see. It's good to see things are still going well on that front. Oh, I also see you got closer today with Bishop Adeyemi and Cardinal Tedesco. It's sweet how much you care about Bishop Adeyemi. He has much to learn from your thoughtfulness. I truly hope I can impart something upon him. He is a wonderful servant of God. He just needs to lose that stubborn pride. I have faith you'll guide him there. Thomas nods and they continue. You missed a prime opportunity today. What was that? If you had let Cardinal Tedesco suffer without a working vape, he would have been too weak to cause trouble. You've been spending too much time with Cardinal Sabadin. I wonder how long our Holy Father will want to receive those social media reports from me. Why are you thinking about that? Did something happen? During our meeting, I told him he's trending more and more by the day. It was meant to be a compliment because the overall sentiment is that he's succeeding. However, He said that people are too fascinated with him and not focused enough on the saints. He admitted to something so personal. Only after he had gone quiet for a while and I asked for his thoughts, he seemed relieved to be asked, if anything. I advised me to do the same if he becomes reticent in our next meeting. Perhaps it also might help to remind him that you also want All Saints' Day to be observed properly. You're doing your best to make it a spiritually meaningful day for all who attend. I wish I had felt bold enough to tell him that I enjoy seeing all that affection for him. I understand his concerns about being a distraction. However, I think there are many others who witness his obvious kindness and end up drawn to the faith. I'll make sure to convey that general idea to him. Thank you, Eminence. That's about it for now. That's all very informative, Ray. Thank you. You're welcome. I don't think we gained any hearts from the Pope either. He is already married to Christ. He is. Come on, you should be helping him quit. Who in the world is... So Ray is our best friend. So Monsignor O'Malley is our best friend. And he helps us. We're not able to romance him, though. He's not a romanceable character. They're talking about the father as though he's like an actual sock med influencer. Father that actually accidentally got fired for doing something. I mean, he was... What was it? So when we started this story, Pope Innocent actually stopped a car bomb. So that's why he's so popular as well, because he protected people. He actually protected people. I'll let you rest for the evening. Good night, Ray. Good night, Thomas. Monsignor Armani leaves and Lawrence sinks further into his sofa. The hour has grown late. Lawrence supposes he has no other option but to try to sleep before doing it all over again tomorrow. Are we going to get any late night visits? No. It's the last day. Oh, this is so cute, honestly. Okay. Gospel of the day. The same day, there came some of the Pharisees, saying to him, "Depart and get thee hence, for Herod hath a mind to kill thee." And he said to them, "Go and tell that fox, behold, I cast out devils and do cures today and tomorrow, and the third day I am consummated. Nevertheless, I must walk today and tomorrow, and the day following, because it cannot be that a prophet perish out of Jerusalem. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, that killest the prophets, and stonest them are sent to thee. How often would I have gathered thy children as the bird doth her brood under her wings, and thou wouldest not? And behold, your house shall be left to you desolate. And I say to you that you shall not see me till the time come, when you shall say, Blessed is he that cometh in the name of the Lord." This is adult quote. I don't actually know. I can not confirm or deny whether these are actual. I would assume so, because I mean, considering what this game is based about, I would assume they're real quotes. Real gospels. Thomas, thank you for assisting the convent. And oh, okay, that's the same letter. Oh, because we didn't get to speak to her today or the day before. Still just these three? Really? Okay. Fine. Let's do Tedesco first, and then we'll do the Pope. Oh, he's got his vape back, although you can't see. My big head's in the way. Where is it? Where is it? Here. See, look, he's got his vape back. He managed to go get one. Good morning, Goffredo. I see your vape has reappeared. Is it the same vape, right? It is the same vape, right? Yes, I went to the address you sent me and bought a new charger. That fixed the issue. I'm glad to hear it. Yes, I know you cared deeply. I'm just glad I didn't have to buy a new one. We all know I think change is terrifying. It's impossible to tell if this was a self-deprecating joke. Lawrence decides to keep things moving along. Thank you for meeting me today. I'm crawling to you with my tail between my legs. I'm sure you are thankful for this. What do you mean? You know as well as I do that my meeting with the Archaeological Commission wasn't very friendly. I'm sure they reported it to you seconds after I left. Oh. Do we snap back and say I'm not spending every waking minute scheming against you, or I may have heard something? I think he'd appreciate the little bit of gossip, so I may have heard something. Yes, I heard as much, but it was because I called them, not the other way around. Aha! Still can't give up on monitoring us all, hmm? You can't be angry at me for being disinterested in your concerns and then get angry with me for taking an interest. Fair, fair. Anyway, do you care if I smoke in here? Would I be able to stop you? Why are you suddenly giving me the chance to stop you? Would I be able to stop you? That's fine. After taking a hit, a particularly vigorous puff of smoke surrounds Tedesco's head, making him look like an angel lost in the clouds. Then it clears and Lawrence realises Tedesco's eyes just look tired. That they have this whole time. I'm willing to hear about the meeting from your point of view. That's generous. There isn't much to tell. From what I witnessed, the information Monsignor Armani shared was correct. So the artifact likely doesn't belong to St. Mark then. Yes, it belongs to some Marcus, something. Hereticus. Probably one of the wealthy ones, who had a million names inherited from the battlefield accomplishments of older generations. Surely you can't begrudge the ancient Romans' pride in their own history. What's there to be proud of? The men of that era just got into civil war every 5 minutes. There's troubles, Lawrence. Tedesco has never been fond of the pagan Romans as people, but he can always be counted on to take pride in the long history of the Italian peninsula, at least. Do you think a conclave would have fixed them? You used to be proud of living in the same city as them. Let's say you would have been proud of living in the same city as them. I'm not convinced by your sudden disregard for this part of Rome's history. There have been so many times you've spoken about those same men as if they were your long-lost friends. You once cried to me over the likelihood that we would never have Etruscan fully translated. At least not in our lifetime. Did I? That sounds believable for me, but... Did I really? Yes. A couple of decades ago. You were very drunk. He was very drunk. Lawrence pauses briefly, his cheeks feeling rather warm. He remembers that night and how hopeful they'd both been about their future. It's a good memory. Did he have a moment with Tedesco? Are we going to see this moment? Well, we were both very drunk. Drunken moments, drunken mistakes, drunken accidents. Is this what this story's about? And what did we do? Light a cigarette from me, get me a cup of water, tell me to go outside. I don't know. I think I just listened. Sounds kind of pathetic of me, but not the worst memory to leave behind, I suppose. Tedesco takes a thoughtful hit of his vape. Was it even possible to do a thoughtful vape hit? If so, Tedesco's managed exactly that. All this to say, I've known you for a long time, which means I know you have at least some appreciation of pre-Christian history. Sure, but I have my limits. This Marcus person probably didn't do anything important, he was just rich. Is that so? Did they say what year the artifact came from? They're still figuring that out. Convenient. So, they let you see the item, they answered all your questions, you seem to have accepted their judgment. Why are you so... Why am I so... Go on, finish your question. Why are you still here? What do you need from me? Why do you look like someone made vaping illegal? What do you need from me? Why do you look like you don't know what to do next? Maybe because I don't know what to do next. Did you really pin all your hopes on this? All of us frontrunners for the papacy have had to figure out what to do next. You've had to figure out what to do next. It's a stretch calling Lawrence a frontrunner. Maybe he had been one for approximately an hour before the hand of God intervened. He hadn't spent weeks contemplating the possibility of becoming Pope the way Tedesco must have done. Our Holy Fathers all seem to like giving you errands to do, though. Maybe that takes your mind off of things. Ah, yes, All Saints' Day. Such a menial task. There may be some truth to your scolding, however. Even I don't think it would be very fulfilling to keep bullying the Archaeological Commission. What would be fulfilling? Tedesco just shrugs. That's a question we must ask ourselves every day. Maybe someday God will let me know. Tedesco departs on a muted but obviously frustrated note. Lawrence feels as though they might have been talking past each other, but no matter how many times he replays the conversation, he can't figure out where things went wrong. Maybe we should have been a little bit harsher with him. I don't know. Let's do Adeyemi and we'll see the Pope at night. Maybe in some romantic lighting we can romance him properly. The afternoon finds Dean Lawrence and Pope Innocent walking to the Casa Santa Marta with smiles on their face. Sister Agnes needs a few extra hands to assist in the baking of All Saints' Day, and Pope Innocent's all too eager to fill the brief gap in his schedule by helping out in the kitchens. It's been so long since I've had any Ossi de Morti cookies, Thomas. Ossi de Morti? Is that a type of cookie? Lawrence, as always, finds the new Pope's excitement gusto for life uplifting. The younger man's joy teases up a lightness within him he has not felt in years. I'm certain Sister Agnes will let you be the official taste tester when we're all done. She most certainly had better. I am the Pope. It's my job to oversee the ins and outs of what happens within the Vatican. I don't think anyone would ever be able to deny you, Your Holiness. Pope Innocent gives him a warmer smile and the two men share a laugh. As they approach, they see Bishop Adeyemi taking a stroll across the Vatican grounds. Good afternoon, Your Holiness, Your Eminence. As a most wonderful afternoon it is, Bishop Adeyemi. We're on our way to the Casa Santa Marta to help the convent bake. Would you care to join us, Joshua? Pope Innocent looks curiously at Lawrence, a knowing smile flashing across his face. Adeyemi looks between them, hesitant. Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not much for doing women's work. Oh, did he just say, oh, I'm not sure, not much for doing women's work? Let Pope Innocent handle it. No, would you excuse me? Oh, Joshua, I thought you listened when we talked about this. Well, no matter. Please come with us to do women's work. Forgive me, Your Eminence. Old habits. I promise I really am trying to be better. Of course, I'll come help where I can. I don't... He needs to do better. He just needs to do better, Adeyemi. I really don't like him. It's just his opinions and his views. And maybe that's just the feminist in me talking. Like, I don't like this guy. He looks down on women too much. They enter the Casa Santa Marta and they are greeted by Sister Agnes, who leads them back into the kitchens. Perfect timing. I'm so very grateful that you could help. And you even brought along an extra helper. She gives Adeyemi a stern but not disapproving look. It seems the apology was well received. There are about 15 nuns working diligently at different stations. Could you help Sister Louisa need Your Holiness? Of course, Sister. Pope Innocent walks over to the back where several baskets and aprons are placed haphazardly on the table. He removes his pure white cassock and succhetto even, rolling up the sleeves on the grey knit sweater he is wearing underneath. He washes his hands and goes directly into helping Sister Lucia knead, much to the delight of the others in the kitchen. Tease Adeyemi? Proof of point. Let's tease him. Lawrence pushes his elbow into Adeyemi's ribs teasingly. The other man rolls his eyes. Still think it's women's work? I suppose not. Sister Agnes goes back to directing different nuns here and there. Lawrence looks around for something for him and Adeyemi to do. He spots an area off to the side where dishes from the sink can be washed and dried. Come along, Joshua. Lawrence drags the shortened man over by the hand, then hands him a dry white rag. I'll wash, you dry. It is companionable for a few moments, the two of them working in relative silence while the sisters and Pope Innocent chat and joke amongst themselves. Adeyemi is close enough for Lawrence to smell his intoxicating cologne over the fragrant vanilla of the bacon. The pair of them seem in sync, cleaning in time with one another. Don't quit your day job. If I had a partner, I'd want them to be like you. You smell so good. Josh. Oh my God. What? So, do we do a jokey flirt, like don't quit your day job? Or do we do like a flirty flirt? Is it if I had a partner, I'd want them to be just like you? Or you smell so good, like a pervy flirt? Oh dear. I don't know what Adeyemi would enjoy though. I think he'd enjoy the appreciation, because I don't think he's the bantering type of man. Because he didn't quite enjoy the teasing that he received, but he also seems to really respect Lawrence for his assertiveness. So maybe we'll do, if I had a partner, I'd want them to be like you. You make an excellent companion, Joshua. I'm very glad you're deciding to turn over a new leaf. I'm glad you're willing to guide me. You make an excellent shepherd. Maybe we did good. Oh, we're having a moment. We're having a moment. Washing dishes, brushing hands side by side. They work like that for 2 hours, washing dishes between stations. When the bacon's complete, over 1,000 cookies have been prepared and everyone begins to clean up. Need a spray bottle for these horny old men. I mean, Pixie, but it's so cute, right? No? The fact that Lawrence and Adeyemi have been cleaning the entire time makes the final tidying go much faster. We got to witness a moment. They had a moment. Thank you, boys, very much for coming in today. We couldn't have done it without you. Of course. Farewell, sisters. The 3 men leave, Adeyemi bowing to Pope Innocent in the Casa Santa Marta foyer. Thank you, Your Holiness, for allowing me the chance to better myself. I have every faith in you, Joshua. I'm very proud of your progress. I had excellent guidance from our dean. Adeyemi's phone buzzes loudly in his pocket. He rolls his eyes and taps the screen lazily. Public relations. Off I must go. Excuse me. As he walks away, Pope Innocent places a gentle hand on Lawrence's back. He gives Lawrence a look that makes his insides warm. Well done, my shepherd. I knew I could count on you to guide a lost sheep back home. Thank you, Your Holiness. I'm glad you did. Did we just develop a much deeper relationship with the Pope, but whilst using Adeyemi? It's evening, and Lawrence is on his way to his scheduled meeting with Pope Innocent. He's arriving a little ahead of time, even, and he's vaguely proud of himself for it. But it isn't too difficult given that he was already in the area earlier today. He's about to knock on the door when it abruptly opens. Lawrence steps out of the way just in time to avoid being struck by the door. Oh, it's Ray. Oh, Your Eminence, I'm sorry. No harm done. If Lawrence's nose had been broken, it would give him a good excuse to rest, he thinks. He won't say so to Monsignor O'Malley, though. Especially since Lawrence knows full well he'd keep working through a broken nose, and O'Malley would remind him of this. What brings you here? As per Pope Innocent's request, I was sharing what I dug up from various unsavoury corners of the internet. Ah, yes. How unsavoury did it end up being exactly? All social media sites are unsavoury. Anyway, I made a bulleted list of topics that seemed to be gathering the most attention and we discussed it. Monsignor O'Malley has always liked his bulleted lists. Once or twice Lawrence had gotten into his head that he could try to make his own in a word processor, usually outlines of future homilies. He always seemed to click the wrong button and mess up everything past the point of recognition. If O'Malley happened to be nearby, he could be counted on to fix Lawrence's mess. Do you think it helped him? It's probable. It's probably Lawrence's imagination, but O'Malley seems to hesitate when he responds. Yes, he did ask to have a meeting like this every week. Lawrence lowers his voice the way he so often does with Ray, even when they aren't discussing anything that secretive. O'Malley responds in kind. Ray? You know our Holy Father by now. When he's particularly angry or happy, he makes it known. Anything milder than that, then he keeps perfectly calm. Hey Josh, welcome in. I hope you're having a lovely and wonderful Wednesday so far. Have you just woken up? But you suspect that he took issue with what was being said online. Maybe. He might have been angry with the quality of my work too. Or maybe he truly thought it was helpful. I can't know for sure. O'Malley's usually as good at reading people as he was with computers. Now you woke up at 11 today? That's all right. Thank you so much for the follow. Very much appreciate it. Very responsible. Did you do responsible things? Were you adulting today? Did you do the laundry? Did you tidy up? Did you pick up all the clothes off of the floor? I'm starting to sound like a mother. I'm sorry. I will stop. But no, it's better late than never. You clean the house every day? Wow, you're a very responsible person. Do you clean the house in a maid outfit? I have to ask. It's a very important question, and it's a very important answer. Thank you, Emily, for the hydrate and the stretch. And a little, well, I say little, I'll give you a big stretch. Oh, yeah. That's good enough. Of course I do. There's no other good way. Premium feather duster. And you're quite tall as well. You didn't. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. I'm going to leave it. I've been playing dating sims way too much. Oh dear. But yeah. You need a maid outfit and cat socks. That's like the perfect cleaning uniform. Is this it is a dating sim. Well, they say it is a quotation marks dating sim, but the player can make of it what they want. It is mostly a management game. We've had moments, Josh. We've had moments, very cute moments. But this game is really fun. I'm enjoying it a lot. Amali's usually good at reading people as he is with computers. Dealing with someone as composed as Pope Innocent must be a challenge for Amali. Lawrence is a bit surprised he didn't see this coming. We are Lawrence. We are Lawrence Thomas. We are this old man here. And Ray is our best friend, so we can't romance Ray. We can romance, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 different characters, I believe. You like this old man? He is very cute, right? And the art for this game is absolutely stunning. I'm really like in awe of it all because I'm like, oh, I wish I could draw like this as well. He must be important if he's the Dean of the Cardinals. I mean, there are a couple of Dean of Cardinals or a couple of Cardinals. I swear there's only like 12 Cardinals total. I have no idea, Josh. I am not up to date on my religious news. I just saw the game and was like, this is pretty. Well, I didn't see the game. My friend introduced me to the game and she was like, you must play it, Jatsu. And I was like, okay, I will. And so I decided to play it. I don't think he would ask to meet you again if he disliked the quality of your work. Monsignor Armani gives a heavy sigh. Good point. I take it you're next on his schedule. I am. I won't keep you. Have a good evening, Your Eminence. You as well. So we're now romancing the Pope, or at least we are 4.5. Is it 4.5 hearts? Yeah, so we have half a heart left to go. Josh, you didn't need to subscribe. You didn't need to subscribe, but thank you so much. That's very cute of you. Thank you, thank you. Very cute and sweet of you. Thank you so much. It's very much appreciated. Yeah, I have my Prime sub. Thank you. That's very kind. Lawrence enters Pope Innocent's office, a little wary if the man might have overheard that conversation. His desk is far away from the door, though, and he has been listening to music. Hello again, Your Eminence. Likewise, Your Holiness. He certainly seems calm as the two of them discuss all the items on their agenda. As Amali has just pointed out, the serenity could mean anything or nothing. Lawrence decides to learn a little more, if only to set Amali's mind at ease. Before I go, I have one final question. Of course, speak your mind. How did you feel about that report? Amali did a thorough job, as usual. Let's press him. Did hearing his report help you? It did. It helped to get some numbers and context for the most frequently expressed negative comments. What was the most common negative opinion? This week? Apparently our decorations for All Saints are unacceptably sparse. Everyone's a critic. I thought a spectacle would be tacky after recent events. The Saints probably care more about prayers than decor. Oh. Okay, I don't think saying everyone's a critic would help us. I thought spectacle would be tacky after recent events. I mean, a lot has happened. We had a sex scandal. We had a pope buying off votes to become not pope, a clergyman buying votes to become the pope. What else? Tedesco didn't have a scandal. Well, I suppose his scandal is that the artifact that he thought was St. Mark's artifact wasn't St. Mark's artifact, is in fact it's just a General Marcus's artifact, some rich Roman person. But yeah, the Saints probably care more about prayers than decor. But would he appreciate this comment? Everyone's a critic. What shall we say? I don't think I can say this one because he actually is very, he takes to heart other people's comments and opinions. So saying that just feels like we're just brushing it off. I mean, this could be the truth. We could have decorated sparsely just to not draw attention. Just invite him to bingo and have done. Look, Pixie. Look, I'm trying to fulfill Tyria's need. So Tyria demanded that we empreg the Pope. I can't believe I said that in one sentence. All in the same sentence. No. It's so wrong. I can't. Tyria. Oh my god. Let's do the middle one. I thought a spectacle would be tacky after recent events. I'm sorry, Your Eminence. We may have underestimated how much people want a spectacle. I think the Vatican is already looking wonderful and the work is only partially complete. We may surprise the naysayers yet. I don't know how to respond to that. That's absolutely fine, Pixie. Don't worry, nor do I. Exactly. For now, I'm willing to bear the brunt of any premature disappointment. If I may, I'm sorry that you have to be a figurehead for their disappointment anyway. No need. I expected it when I accepted this role. Pope Innocent looks lost in thought for a moment. Press him. Now it appears as if you have more on your mind, Your Holiness. Tell me, did our late Holy Father ever struggle with undue praise? That's hard to say. Go on, please. At the end, well, he was so isolated I don't think he even heard it when people praised him. You see, I would remind him over and over of all the good he'd done in the world and he'd be quick to point out all the ways he'd been called a disappointment. Some factions of the Curia truly are vicious when we should be cooperating instead. I think he was more upset that he'd let down all the people who are suffering. Okay, the text just went a bit funky there. Okay, hang on. I think he was more upset that he'd let down all the people who are suffering. He always felt he'd never done enough when others accused him of that. It always touched a nerve. Grief really was an unpredictable thing. Most days now he remembers the late Holy Father with fondness and even a sense of peace. Okay, that's not someone saying that. That's just the narrator. Griff really wasn't an unpredictable thing. Most days now, he remembers the late Holy Father with fondness and even a sense of peace. Right now, though, he can feel his eyes stinging. He won't let any tears fall. Oh, Thomas. Oh, he looks so sad. I'm fine. Or at least I will be. I'm sure you reminded him he was just one man, and I'm sure that was a source of comfort to him. Anger could also appear alongside grief. He had been rather good at reminding the Holy Father of all the good he'd done. Sometimes Lawrence wonders if that was the true reason he hadn't been allowed to retire. If so, what high praise, what a burden. Lawrence enjoys his friendship with Pope Innocent. He doesn't want to develop the same sort of relationship with him. Anyway, because Lawrence is hoping for more, that's why. Why have you asked about praise? After Monsignor O'Malley got through the substantial parts of his report, he shared a popular image with me. This is to say, a popular image of me. What was it? One of our turtles got loose yesterday. I took it back to the pond and the paparazzi took a picture of me doing that. Apparently a significant number of people think I'm cute for doing that. Maybe more people will check out your homily after that. I really think you're blowing this out of proportion. You should look for things you can control. Let's do this one. Well, we did just talk about how we'll make sure that this was a memorable saint. This is one way to do it. I just worry people will pay attention to me and forget about the saints. Did something in particular about that paparazzi photo make you worry about this? Apparently the most common response to that photo was, make that man a saint already, even though it's good work that anyone can do. I see. Some people speak about me as though I set a standard that's impossible to reach. In some ways, they may be right. I couldn't have lived my life the way you have. I think if our late Holy Father assigned you to one of my dioceses, you would do exactly what I did. You were known to clothe the naked and feed the hungry, provide medicine to the sick. All my actions were just those of someone who has been paying attention. You're always paying attention. Lawrence is both deeply and unexpectedly moved. That's one of the best compliments I've ever received. Is he blushing? He's blushing. I think we only believe the compliments that we think have some grain of truth to them. You know this isn't the work of saints. You know I'm not a saint yet. Yet. I've heard that there are already talks about attempting to declare the late Holy Father a saint. I know that's unlikely to happen with me since, well, yes, there will be certain revelations when I'm embalmed. It sounds like something you wouldn't want. Not at all. This vocation is already lonely. I might be even more lonely if I'm transformed posthumously into a saint. It's Pope Innocent's turn to look a little teary-eyed, even if just for a moment. If this were anyone else, if he didn't have that expression, Lawrence might be tempted to tease him for delusions of grandeur. Now, though, he once more spontaneously reaches for the Holy Father's hands. He's reaching for his hands. Pope Innocent squeezes back hard. In the event that I outlive you, I'll make your wishes on this matter known, Your Holiness. Thank you. Just... Thank you. However, I would also urge you to allow yourself some grace in the face of all these fears. I suspect you aren't letting yourself examine your own thoughts until you become overwhelmed. Remember your own humanity. There's a reason God in his infinite wisdom made a human Christ representative on earth. If he had wanted an all-power angel, that's what he would have sent us. Did we do good? We did! Look at them! They're holding hands! They're holding hands! I'm so excited about the smallest thing in this game. It's so cute. Pope Innocent listens to Lawrence with rapt attention. He appears to mull over Lawrence's advice for a long while, and then requests that they pray together. They continue to hold hands as they do so. When they're done, Pope Innocent has that peaceful look he always gets when he manages to find the time to pray. I have fulfilled Tyrion's wishes, potentially. Thank you, Thomas. I'll not take up any more of your time. You've erased my burden. Smallest thing, hand-holding is no small thing. I think it was yesterday someone was like, hand-holding, pregnant? That's how you get pregnant. You hold hands. I'm so glad to hear that. What? Genuflex? Is that a word? He genuflects to Pope Innocent and then departs from the room. What is pregnant? It is when the birds and the bees, Josh. When the little kid comes out of the patch of lettuce, and when the stork comes and delivers the lettuce. I don't know. That's what pregnant is. He feels a bit hollowed out, the way he gets whenever he lets himself cry for a long time. It's not a bad feeling, though, not in the slightest. It feels like catharsis. He hopes and somehow knows that Pope Innocent feels the same way. Yeah, the stork I know about, but what do you mean birds and bees? What do you got to do with the stork? What do they go? They help the stork. They're the little assistants of the stork. They're like the guidance system. And spam bullshit. I don't know what the hell is going. Mia, there's a door. You can climb through the door. Not climb. You can come through the door. You don't have to climb through the windows. Just don't fall. Dean Lawrence returns to his apartment and finds Monsignor and Marley waiting for him by the door. We can skip this bit. Long time no see. How's your day? Dean Lawrence, it was all right. It could have been worse, I suppose. What about you? Any progress is good progress, Dean. I got work done, so I feel all right. Thomas sits down on the sofa. Oh, Marley hasn't said anything. Okay. Have we managed to gain that extra heart with the Pope? But it's the Mia entrance. Look at us go. We have 5 hearts with the Pope. I'm really sad about Bellini. I'm so really sad about this one heart. We've even gained hearts with the 2 that we weren't even romancing. We've managed to earn their respect for some reason. Why is he such a hater? We upset him. We said something that we shouldn't have. And I was just like, I shouldn't have said that. We upset him. We had an argument, basically. We had a moment 5 years ago, and then 5 years later, we were about to have the same moment, and then I turned it into an argument. I turned it into an argument. What did you say? Did not like your bald head? But his bald head is so pretty. No, I just told him to do his job, basically. I said, just do your job. Which was probably the worst thing I could have picked. It seems like right now you're closest with Pope Innocent the 14th. I'm very glad to hear you've put in the work to get him to trust you so much. Are we going to get a confession out of the Pope? What is it, Your Eminence? I didn't know you were meeting. I didn't know we were meeting now. We're not. I just wanted to let you know the Holy Father was not all upset at the quality of your work. That's good to know. Also, you're better people than the rest of the Curia combined. You'll learn our Pope's ways eventually. One can only hope. I should observe you closely when you interact with him. I saw him soon after your meeting with him today, and he looked so much happier. Which one's the Pope? The Pope is the guy that we held hands and did prayer with. The last guy we were hanging out with. Oh yes, one last thing. Cardinal Tedesco, Bishop Adeyemi, and Pope Innocent XIV will all likely be too preoccupied to talk the rest of the week. Bishop Adeyemi certainly has his hands full with the recent media storm, and I'd be shocked if the Holy Father has a single spare moment from here on out. And of course, Cardinal Tedesco is off doing whatever it is he's doing. That's about it for now. That's all very informative, Ray. I see. So they deliberately take off 3 of the characters so that you're forced to interact with the others. Hold hands before marriage? Heresy? Like you haven't done that already, Mia. You sinner. Confess your sins now, Mia. I'm so sorry. Holding hands, strip them of their titles and exile them to Italy. Is that what we need to do with you, Josh? Do we need to exile you to Italy? Or is that an excuse for you to just have all the pizza and pasta and all the good foods? I'm single Pringle, got nothing. Oh no. Mia, no. Fine, you're innocent. I'll allow you that. That's all very informative, Ray. Thank you. You're welcome. I wanted to speak with you briefly about something less fun. What is it, Ray? I've been speaking with the captain of the Swiss Guard. Apparently a few of them are feeling anxious that something's going to happen on Sunday. Have there been any other recent attacks? To our knowledge, no, but between the direct attacks on the Vatican last week and the surge in general anti-Catholic activity this week, I understand, Ray. Is there anything we can do? I don't think so, other than cancel the event entirely, which isn't an option. Pope Innocent has agreed to take the extra security precautions. Full searches will be done to everyone who attends tomorrow in person. How terrible that a day of grief must be watered down so. Still, we must persevere. The safety of everyone depends on it. Agreed. I'll let you rest for the evening. Good night, Ray. Good night, Thomas. Are we going to get any late night visits? Is it all expenses paid? What do you mean, is it all expenses paid? Who's paying whose expenses? I can't pay all your expenses. I can't afford it. I can barely afford my own expenses. Finally, the last time he would need to do that for a while. Oh, we are getting a late night visit. Is it the Pope? Is it the Pope? Are we going to get a confession from the Pope? A knock at the door wakes Lawrence up. He glances at his bedside clock, 4:30 a.m. He rises out of bed, then turns on the lights. He's still half asleep, and that has him feeling unexpectedly calm. He instantly becomes wide awake the moment he sees Pope Innocent on the other side of the door. It is Pope Innocent. I'm so sorry. What happened? Oh, have I made you think there's an emergency? If so, I'm doubly sorry. I'm sorry, Mia. I thought you were attached. Pope Innocent? Why else would you be here? That's a reasonable question. Mia is attached to me. Mia's attached to me. Can you take a confession? Oh, can you take my confession? Lawrence stares in surprise. Pope Innocent has a regular confessor. And it isn't Lawrence. As a rule, Lawrence tries not to take the confessions of his superiors. Lately, he hasn't thought about this boundary much because for years he's been outranked by only the Pope. But he is hardly in a position to deny the man before him. Yes, please step inside. Could it be in one of the regular confessionals downstairs? I find myself wanting that sort of normalcy. Of course. What the fuck is he doing outside someone's house at 4:30 a.m. in the morning? That's creepy behaviour. Look, Faye. The Pope can't help it. He's just thinking about Lawrence all night. He's rolling around, like tossing and turning. He can't sleep. He cannot possibly sleep until he's spoken to Lawrence. And that's why he is at our door at 4:30 in the morning. I'm really sorry, Mia, that happened to you. I honestly am very, very sorry. It's not good behavior, and it shouldn't happen. Like, when I come across things like that, especially when it's people that I do know, and they're like, oh, but I don't like this person anymore, or I can't choose between them. It's like, look, listen. You have the emotions of two people in your hands. Make it clean. If you like someone else, then end it properly with the other person and then go be with that someone else. Don't drag them both along. It's not going to be healthy in the long run. Obviously, unless it's something that you guys have all consented to, fine, fair enough, open relationship. That's up to you guys, right? But if it's not an open relationship and you want to be with someone else, then make a clean cut. Just end it and then move on. Simple as that. It's not that hard. Exactly, Jatsu. Pick Jatsu. Yeah, always pick me. I would not go that far. It's okay, Karma got him in the end. I already moved on. He did not. I mean, that's good. I'm glad you've moved on, Mia. Absolutely. Like, you deserve so much better. You don't need shit like that in your life. We were just talking, like, Faye and I were just talking about cutting people out of our lives, honestly. Like, sometimes people just aren't worth our time. And it's better just to cut them out and move on. Best thing you can ever do. Pope Innocent nods and immediately leaves. Lawrence closes the door behind him and finds himself praying before putting his clothes on. Were you naked, Lawrence? I know he wasn't. He was probably in PJs. He keeps praying as he dresses. Oh, we're going to get a very long confession. Okay, we're ready, chat. When he finally arrives at the correct confessional, he has his suspicions that Pope Innocent has been praying as well. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It's been 3 days since my last confession. Not that long ago at all. What could Pope Innocent, of all people, have done in so short an amount of time that requires an urgent confession? What must she confess, my child? For I have sinned, me looks up my... You did get him in the end. Congratulations, Mia. I am jealous. I lost my 50-50 and I'm not happy. I believe I've committed a mortal sin. Which mortal sin? Why do you think so? The sin of perjury, Your Eminence. How do you think you have perjured yourself? At the conclusion of the conclave, you asked me if I accepted my election to the role of Supreme Pontiff. I said yes at the time. I almost wanted to say no. I had doubts in my heart too. I've had doubts ever since then. I often fantasize about saying no to you. It's normal for someone to feel trepidation about taking on such daunting responsibilities, my child. Yes, but how much trepidation can one have before it becomes a lie? How long can I believe myself incapable of being Pope before it becomes a lie? I have prayed to God on this matter, but he remains silent. Perhaps he thinks you should be asking different questions on this matter. What do you mean? Not everyone is meant to be Pope, most people are not. For some, though, that unworthiness stems from greed or lust of power. I don't see those sins in you. What have you identified in your nature that leads you to believe yourself incapable of being Pope? My anger. Anger? Yes, anger. Anger with God. And every long silence. Lawrence suspects Pope Innocent. No. He's Vincent in this moment. Might be crying on the other side of the grill. In your work, you've witnessed some of the same horrors that Job suffered through. Wait, hang on. In your work, you've witnessed some of the same horrors that Job suffered through. Even he felt anger at God. Oh, not Job. Is it Job even, actually? I don't lose sleep over the anger I feel at injustice. Maybe I should. That is a form of arrogance. But no, I'm accustomed to dealing with suffering in the world. Our Lord granted me the ability to safely store away my distress until a later date, I suppose. I dealt with it after I had tended to the vulnerable. It wasn't an easy life, but I was good at it. I was really, really good at putting everything I had into the service of the people who needed it the most. For many decades, I never once slowed down. And unlike many priests, I was able to see the fruits of my labour firsthand. I felt like I was in communion with God and could see my path clearly. Then I got appendicitis, and you know the results of that. I waited long enough to go to the hospital that I had a longer recovery time than others who go through that. This meant I was able to lie around contemplating what I had just learned about myself. I couldn't hear God's voice much in those days. That must have been difficult. It was, but when I was sufficiently recovered, I just went back to work, and I didn't allow myself to think about my medical condition. Someone always needed me. I put off thoughts on that for a long time too. Even though I wanted to self-reflect on this discovery, I felt isolated from myself. I went to our late Holy Father and asked to resign. I believed my ministry to have been conducted in a state of sin, but I also felt detached from myself so completely I worried the quality of my work would decline. He, of course, received my concerns and spoke with me in such a way that I felt faith in myself again. Judging by our conversation in the room of tears, you found your way back from that darkness. Yes, or so I thought. You've seen how I live my life now. This week we've only met in my office. I know that a poet's work is important too, but once again I find myself struggling as I stay still in one place. This time, though, I don't just hear my own thoughts, I also have to consider the thoughts of the entire world. I predicted all of this when I reached the 2/3 majority. I said yes, even though I knew it would eventually lead me to feel excessive anger at God and the men who elected me into this position. What else can that be but the mortal sin of perjury? I've accepted everything in my life so far, including what I learned about my body. Why am I now behaving like a prophet who's decided to run away from God's commands? Vincent. We only have one option. We only have the one option. Thanks. I'll get him on you eventually. Good luck, Mia. You've got this. I'm not going to try again. I'm going to wait for the next banner. I can't be bothered. God will help you forgive yourself. You will recall the exact word in the question I asked you. I didn't ask if you were happy to be elected. No, you didn't. And did you say yes, no, and you intended to leave the role well before God called you to do so? No, I would never have done that. Then all I hear is a man who accepted the role with an appropriate awareness of the responsibility it would entail. I hear someone who wants nothing more than to do justice to his role as Christ's representative on earth. The amount of fear I feel seems so great, it must be sin. Just now you spoke of often allowing yourself to feel fear only at the times you deemed appropriate. There is some benefit to that ability when you have worked so much dire circumstances. However, in my experience, those feelings don't just evaporate or wait around meekly for you to feel them. Now that it's safe to do so, you might be feeling years' worth of despair and grief. I may be incorrect, but I don't think I am. No, you are not. If you've sinned because of this, I think it's only a venial sin. It is very human to feel sorrow or righteous anger. Sometimes it's an indulgence, but sometimes God speaks to us through these feelings. I know you see God in the service you render to others, but sometimes God speaks to us through our human emotions too. What would you advise? Pray for guidance from God daily. Ask Him to help you see when He's speaking to you through your emotions and when you're merely annoyed over something petty. And pray for God's help in eliminating the latter. Pray for help in lessening it, maybe. But sometimes it's good to be reminded that we are just men and not angels. So, pray to reconcile my calling with my own humanity. Yes. He gives Vincent a few additional penances to perform. Rather than additional prayers, he tasks him with doing more work in the kitchen with the sisters. Lawrence thinks it will do him some good to take part in some needed tasks that aren't life or death. Vincent can't pray during this work either, or run the risk of being distracted. It'll be a good way for the new pope to reconnect with his own thoughts in a gentle setting. When they step out of the confessional, Lawrence is happy to see that Vincent looks relaxed. Not just calm and composed, he looks like he's at rest for the first time this week. Thank you, Your Eminence, Thomas. I hope I helped lighten your burden. Yes, I voted for you based on the strength of your homily. It left me feeling at peace that week until the final day. I felt that way again just now. I'm delighted to hear that. They embrace for a little while, then go their separate ways. Their romance was very mild, very mild. I was hoping for something more. I mean, he had a proper romantic moment with Agnes. Once Lawrence is alone in his room, he decides to pray by his window. He even considers opening it up to let some fresh air in. But then he remembers that it's too cold. He settles for waiting for the sun to rise. A new day will be drawing, and they have a new pope. Wowie. Yeah, exactly. Big wowie. Day 8. It is the day of All Saints. What is gospel of the day? And seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain, and when he was set down, his disciples came unto him. And opening his mouth, he taught him, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are the meek, for they shall possess the land. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are they that hunger and thirst after justice, for they shall have their fill. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the clean of heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemaker, for they shall be called children of God. Blessed are they that suffer persecution for justice's sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when they shall revile you, and persecute you, and speak all that is evil against you, untruly for my sake. Be glad and rejoice, for your reward is very great in heaven, for so they persecuted the prophets that were before you. I think that was like the last when the apostles got persecuted. We are towards the end. Dean Lawrence stares at his choir gown wrapped in cellophane that hangs off the back of his apartment door. He is tired, exhausted, but he is fulfilled. They have, for better or for worse, completed the task for today's mass and ceremony. All that remains is to attend it. Lawrence rises and puts on his robes. His joints creak with age. He certainly feels today. That's like my joints. All that's left is to go, I suppose. He exits his apartment and finds Monsignor O'Malley walking towards him at the end of the hall, no doubt coming to get him. Creaks. Exactly. I'll need some WD-40. I promise I wasn't going to be late, Ray. I'm sure you weren't, Dean Lawrence. Are you ready? Still lots to get through today. Lawrence lets out a sigh and straightens his shoulders. Still lots to get through today. Onward, Ray. The pair take the short walk from the Vatican apartment buildings to the Casa Santa Marta, where most of the couriers sitting around eating breakfast. Lawrence spots Bishops Adeyemi and Tremblay engaged in discussion by themselves at a table. He elbows Monsignor O'Malley, who gives him a pleading look not to. Lawrence is already halfway to the table. For someone. Seriously? Every single time. Next time you watch it, pay attention to her in the background. That's incredible. I can't believe I never noticed that before. What are they talking about? Adeyemi noticed Lawrence first. Ah, an excellent morning, Dean Lawrence. Bright and early. Almost too bright and too early. But at least everything will be done by lunchtime. Tremblay gives him a mock scoff. For you? Adeyemi nods amusedly at this and gestures upward vaguely with his hand. For me. Are you guys excited? Purple's really your colour, boys. Are you excited? Today is Pope Innocent's first address. I know I'm looking forward to seeing the faces of the people who will be watching him. Are either of you looking forward to any of the festivities today? You know what, Thomas? I actually am. I was very troubled during Pope Innocent's first appearance to the world. I wasn't able to give him my full focus. I will be able to today. Trembling nods with deep understanding. I feel similarly, however. I am actually looking forward to translating the Pope's meeting with a Belgian diplomat tonight. I've met him twice before and he was a pleasant sort of fellow. What about you, Dean Lawrence? Yes, aside from people watching, what are you most excited for? I actually don't know. I don't think he'd be excited for it to end, but I wonder what he is excited about. Lawrence thinks for a second, then shrugs plainly. I hadn't really thought more about it than that. Ah, what a shame, Thomas. You've worked so hard this week. Adeyemi turned to Tremblay conspiringly. Managed to read, pheasant sort of fellow. It's pleasant sort of fellow. I think it's because our friend here finds more enjoyment out of a hard day's work than from reaping the rewards. That's very kind of you to say, Joshua. Thank you. I'll leave you both to breakfast. So soon, Thomas. My apologies, but I still have much to do before we open the Vatican gate. Understand, of course. Au revoir, Thomas. Adeyemi shoots him a strange look but says nothing. Has he noticed our romance with him? He bows and returns to Monsignor Marley, who extends a polite hand to direct him to their next destination. It's surprisingly empty in the pathways and sidewalks of the Vatican. It's so peaceful. If Lawrence weren't already stressed half to death with the migraine coming on, he might enjoy it more. They walk from the Casa Santa Marta to the interior of St. Peter's Basilica, where Sister Agnes is in the middle of directing Cardinal Tedesco on how to best arrange the massive altar. I am telling you, this is the middle. There is nowhere else to move it. Come over here and look with your eyes, Eminence. Sister, I do not wish to make you look foolish. I will hold my tongue in telling you that I have told you so. Tedesco walks back from behind the altar and stands proudly beside Sister Agnes. As he looks over his handiwork, the confidence in the eyes quickly vanishes. The crucifix is off-center. She was trying to tell you that, Tedesco. Sister Agnes walks away from him wordlessly and approaches Monsignor Marley and Lawrence, who are standing only a few feet away. Your Eminence, Your Excellency. She gave a small curtsy. There! Thank you, Cardinal Tedesco. Your assistance has been most helpful. You see, Tommaso, I have been dealing with this all morning. Well, that's rude and so, isn't it? Thanks for helping, Goffredo. Thanks for helping, Goffredo. Tedesco shoots him a look that is sarcastic and fond, all in the same. It looks great, everyone. We just wanted to come and say good morning to you all on such a fine Sunday. I'm glad everything is being handled. Did you ever doubt me? The day I do will be a terribly grave mistake indeed. Luckily, you know better than that. I certainly do, Sister Agnes. Tedesco looks between the two of them incredulously. He clears his throat and takes a long drag of his vape pen, clearly out of his depth to handle whatever it was he just saw in front of him. Oh, wait, hang on. We just had like a little romantic moment with Joseph where Joshua witnessed, and now we're having a little romantic moment with Agnes where Tedesco's witnessing. I suppose I'd better get going on my own preparations now. Leave it up to us, Dean Lawrence. I know you are frightfully busy. Tell Inconsentius not to mispronounce any Italian, okay? My mother's watching. I don't wish for her to have a heart attack so early in the morning. Lawrence rolls his eyes and gives them each a bow before he and Monsignor Marley walk up the steps to the secondary elevator to the St. Peter's Square balcony. Because we romance at least 3 people. I wonder how we're going to be around the Pope. The staging room behind the balcony is busy as a fair. Bishops and other various curia members run to and fro from the various items to get Pope Innocent ready within the next hour. Pope Innocent himself is sitting down, a stressed-looking Cardinal Bellini only a few feet away from him, pacing slightly and erasing and rewriting on the paper in his hands. Ah, good morning, Dean Lawrence. I hope the Curia is in good spirits today. Much better than our friend Aldo here, anyway. Pope Innocent gives him a humorous but worried look. Bellini raised a hand at the both of them. The address is fine. I'm just making some minor adjustments based on some of the politics that happened last night and this morning. Politics? Nothing to worry about at all. We just had someone caught scaling the wall during the night. They were taken by police and unfortunately someone caught it on camera, so people naturally wanted to know why someone was arrested at the Vatican on Halloween. Lawrence lets out a deep sigh. Of course. We're just trying not to start a second satanic panic if we can help it. With everything happening this week, as it has, and now this. Now focus on the people. We'll address the situation in a separate press release as we always do, Aldo, but today is about the people. Pope Innocent rises and gives Lawrence a proud smile. Oh, Bentez? What is that? Gently puts a hand on Bellini's shoulder and he visibly calms. You wrote a perfect address already, Aldo. Please let me say that one instead. Bellini nods, a little resigned. Of course, you're both right. I'm sorry. I fear I let the needs of politics sweep me away again. You're only looking out for the resilience and safety of the Curia and the Holy See and her relationship to the people of the Universal Church. You have nothing to apologise for at all. Lawrence and Bellini take a step back as a few of the attending bishops finish dressing Pope Innocent in his full regalia, Bentez reaching up to adjust his suchetto for himself when he is done. Who the hell's Bentez? I suppose it is almost time. Thank you both very much for your assistance this week. I would scarcely have been able to do it without you. It is our job to serve you, Your Holiness. Bellini hands him a copy of the typed out address. He gives him a deep bow. Who is this Bentez weird font person? Exactly, I don't know. I think that might be an error, potentially. Break a leg. Pope Innocent gives the both of them a smile and a nod before slipping out onto the balcony. His entourage of cardinals and bishops following behind him. Sounds like it's going to be a successful day. The rising voice of 1,000 people in St. Peter's Square cheering filled the air. Yeah, Bryce, sorry. I apologise for the flashbang. Pope Innocent XIV arrives on the balcony 10 minutes before the official start time for the Angelus address. This makes everyone fondly joke that their new pope was good enough to start the ceremonies early. The cheering lasts for so long that some people start to speculate they set a world record for the longest time spent applauding. Even Pope Innocent, already known to be a persuasive speaker, struggles to quiet the crowd. When he manages it though, the silence in the square feels blessed by the Holy Spirit. The whole world seems to hold its breath in anticipation of what the new Holy Father will say. Dear brothers and sisters, good morning. I am happy to meet with you on the Feast of All Saints. On this day, we reflect on those who came before us. That mission may feel more painful today than in years past. I know many of you have hearts full of mourning as we congregate today. Some of us will cry and others will hide their grief. Others still are wounded, listening to the address from their sick beds. Know that our Lord God is with you in your pain, and there is no loss too insignificant for his notice. May our Lord God help carry your burdens in this time of loss. May you feel his presence in the days to come. For this feast day, we are called to reflect on the communion of saints. The saints displayed exemplary devotion to God, but it's equally important to remember that they were also human. Indeed, some of you may be standing on ground that once bore the footsteps of a saint. At the time, they would not have golden halos, nor be accompanied by choirs of angels. They'd be ordinary men and women, just like you and me, living full lives in the midst of tumult and uncertainty. This very square is dedicated to St. Peter, the rock of our church. He lost his life for his faith, but before that he was a human man living in this very city. On this very soil he planned and quarrelled and held dreams for the future. Now, many, many generations later, the continued vitality of our community is the result of his plans and hopes. Our directive to love Christ comes from God, but our church functions due to the effort of flawed but resilient humans. Today, let us recognise the capacity for sainthood in ourselves and in the people around us. Above all, today we are called to remember the Virgin Mary. Before she was Our Lady, she was a young woman coming of age in the time of frequent civil wars in the Roman Empire. In our holy scriptures, she expresses astonishment when she learned she would bear the Saviour. Like many other saints and prophets, she could not understand why God had chosen her for such responsibility, and like many saints and prophets and faithful over the years, she rose to the occasion anyway. In return, the faithful hold a special place in our hearts and community for her. We always will, just as we will remember all the saints that came before. Some of those saints may be lauded in every church in every country, while others may be known only to God. They are all beloved in his eyes. Let us entrust our prayers to the intercession of Mary, Queen of all saints. That was a good speech. The crowd roars once again, even louder than before. At least for now, the church has accepted its new pope. Yay, he's finally accepted. And hopefully he'll accept himself. Wait. Wait, are these the endings? Do we have different endings? Wait, do we pick an ending? If I click one, is that the end? I'm just click the first one. Oh no, okay, we can read it. Okay. We can read all the endings. Born again. Tremblay becomes a bishop for a church within the Roman diocese that Lawrence is the archbishop of, and becomes a beloved youth leader for a significant portion of Rome's children. His energy is infectious and gives so much hope for many children who have little else to look forward to. Tremblay's after-school program is sent to several other dioceses to be used as an example to how to meet children where they're at. He always returns to the Vatican to give confession and spend time with his most beloved friend, Dean Lawrence. The two have particularly long meetings every second Saturday, where Tremblay patiently brings Lawrence into the digital age. Lawrence tries his best to be a good student, but Tremblay knows he's unteachable. It's less about the learning and more about the time shared close with one another. Oh, they spend quality time together. That's so cute. Okay, we have a neutral ending with Tedesco. Tedesco continues to seek fulfillment out of the attention and control he gets out of being the permanent opposition party. It's less satisfying for him with Pope Innocent though, because Innocent can't be baited into reacting and becoming as solitary as the previous Pope. Tedesco has a sinking feeling he's wasting his life, but he doesn't let himself dwell on this for too long. There's always another controversy to derive an angry thrill from after all. He's just out to get the drama. Adeyemi neutral ending. Adeyemi knows what he has done is wrong, but never comes to accept the damage of what his actions brought about. He also never comes to appreciate Pope Innocent, and while not outwardly antagonistic to him due to decorum and hierarchy, he never learns his lesson. We knew he would never learn his lesson, right guys? We said that he wouldn't learn his lesson. I think obviously he would have a different ending if we actually romanced him properly. How about Blessed Union? Sister Agnes and Lawrence become the closest of friends, and over the course of their leadership within Pope Innocent's Vatican, bring together the convent and the curia in a way that hasn't been seen before, with officials going out of their way to get to know the sisters doing most of the work. They share every meal, break bread, and find solace in company neither has ever had before the other. There are rumours about the two of them, idle gossip of course, but if Lawrence holds her hand a few seconds longer than acceptable, or if Sister Agnes whispers something to him a bit closer than necessary, well, that is nobody's business but God's. It's cute. They're cute. They do become really best friends. Bellini's neutral ending. I wish I hadn't got the neutral ending. We deserved so much better for Bellini. I am so sorry I ruined it. Bellini and Lawrence's relationship remains a fraction of what it used to be, now more colleagues than real friends, but Bellini nevertheless remains a devout supporter of Pope Innocent, still chasing pipe dreams he has no hope to ever actually achieve. That's really sad. Okay, the next playthrough we are going to definitely romance Bellini properly. Holy Father! Okay. Lawrence definitely assists Pope Innocent for a few years before retiring. He occasionally has to contend with disappointment and frustration from the curate as well as the faithful at large. The Catholic Church, true to its name, encompasses a wide variety of people and agendas. After all, Innocent is glad to have Lawrence at hand, though, because he can always be counted on to explain Vatican conflicts and controversies with roots that sprawl out decades into the past. Overall, Innocent is regarded as a capable pope who takes the concerns of others seriously. While having a mind of his own, he's able to shore up more political capital than the late Holy Father. He's several years into a successful papacy when Lawrence retires. Lawrence leaves feeling like he's quitting while he's ahead rather than slinking away in shame. He and Innocent remain in contact for the rest of their lives. They become besties! And then we can finally end our week. Oh, there are several endings? Wait. Wait, we can turn them into gold hearts instead? I mean, we ended up with a gold heart with the Pope. Oh my god, we have to upset them all. Is there a way to get all five of them out the Pope? And no hearts with all of them? We can upset all of them. There's different endings. Oh my god, okay. We definitely need to do several different playthroughs. Because we need to unlock all of these endings. There's so many. Upset them all. You can upset them all. That'd be very easy to do. Very easy to do. I am good at upsetting everyone. Right, end week. And that's it. That's our first playthrough of this amazing game. I had a lot of fun and I do want to replay it, but not so soon. I'll probably replay it again maybe in a few weeks' time. We shall see what we have on the list, what we have on the agenda, because I have a lot of games that need to be played and there's just not enough time to play them all, honestly. Not enough time. Too many games, not enough time. We need way more time. However, I'm going to end stream now because it is 11 o'clock and I know it was a shorter stream than usual, but I need to get some rest. I cannot do consistently 4 hours because, right, I'm back again tomorrow. I'm back again tomorrow with more Ace Attorney. We are going to be doing and continue with more Ace Attorney. But hold your horses. Don't leave just yet, guys. Let me see if I can send you guys off on a raid. Is there anyone I know that is currently streaming? Who can I send you all off to? Ace Attorney? Yeah, we're going to do some more Ace Attorney tomorrow. So I'll be back at the normal time, 8 o'clock. And then we'll take a break on Friday. And I'll be back again on Saturday. But on Saturday, I am going to be doing a later stream rather than a early after. Well, yeah, it'd be early afternoon is my usual. So usually I do a 2 o'clock stream. However, we are going to be doing a later one. It'll be about 7:30, 7 o'clock time. I'll be joining Rin and others to play Repo, which will be my first ever time playing it. But who do we send you to? A friend, if you don't have someone in mind. Do I have someone in mind? I have Horror. Horror is streaming, and right, I've not raided Horror in a while, and Horror always raids us. So I think we should send you guys to Horror. But thank you for offering though, Faye. Very much appreciated. Horror. The unnameable Horror, who is currently playing Dead by Daylight. So let's send you guys to him. Mia Eep. Go Eep, Mia. All of the Eepy Eep Eeps. I need to open up his stream. Hang on. Oh my god, this is... Right. Okay. No worries. Thank you for joining me. I very much appreciate you all. And thank you for like hanging out and listening to me ramble on about romances and whatnot. But if you are sub, please use this raid message. If you are not sub, please use this raid message. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. Don't worry. I won't be away for long. I'll be here again very soon in the next less than 24 hours. So there's not much to miss. But yes, have a lovely, wonderful evening, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. It is bye-bye from me. Wait, hang on. Wrong stream. Wrong scene. This scene. Okay, let's go. Wait, hang on. What's going on? Okay. Let's go. Goodbye for now.